Pearson.
Morning, guys.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
So good to see you, Cindy.
Yay.
I just got to share. We have a guy joining our group. I recruited a guy on my team, and he's just rocking it. So he's
Awesome.
awesome. My team. I just got to share. We have a guy joining our group. I recruited a guy on my team, and
got some feedback.
Hey, Natalie, welcome.
Hi, ladies.
Share. We have
And does that keep playing?
Jennifer. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hi, ladies.
Happy birthday, Jennifer.
Thanks.
You're destined to be a sales director because, you got to share your director birthday with Krista and I.
Right.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
saw that picture. Very fun.
Yes.
you too.
On your Facebook page.
Morning, Rebecca. Hi, Sharon.
Yay, Ariana. Hello.
Hello.
Morning, Teresa.
Morning.
You're beautiful.
Thank
Wow. Fabulous.
Yay.
Extraordinary,
Because I'm one of your extraordinary stars.
right?
Hey guys.
Yay.
Morning.
Good morning.
morning.
Good morning, Gail.
Here's Gail. There she is. Woo.
I think we have the most gorgeous future national area. I just got to say.
And sister.
I agree, Shelby.
I totally concur.
I mean, look at these women.
Wow. Rock stars.
Yeah.
All right. We got a page. We filled up a page. Let's keep going, shall we?
That too.
Getting it done in 2021, right?
My guy.
Yay, we've got 2 pages.
We got 2 pages.
All right.
Really? I'm only seeing one right now.
Me too.
Maybe my screen's bigger or
Yeah,
smaller.
that could be it too. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hi, Wendy.
Yay.
I love Wendy for
If you don't see your bestie, text her and send her the link so she jumps on too.
That's right. Yes. Mhm.
We're linking up together, linking arms and bringing everybody with us.
Do it right now. Let's link them.
Right.
Hey,
Still
Jesse,
coming.
wonderful.
We've got 25 on right now.
Right. We should have had a goal. We should have set a goal for how many, right? And then I should have given away like $100 shopping spree.
Yeah.
I
What
like you still can.
Maybe
You still can.
Yeah.
I did that the other night on Facebook Live, and we had to have 10 guests. And I said I was participating, and I won. I won twice. I drew twice, and I won both times. So I had to take the shopping spree.
I love it.
Someone like me to take my own shopping spree. Oh, okay. Now I see another page. Woo, look at all these women. Wow, gorgeous.
Good morning, Sharon McCoy.
Yay.
Yay. 27. Yay.
Suzanne, is there a way that you can take a screenshot of everybody?
Yep.
Like, I think that'd be super cool if we all pretended like we were linking arms. Like, put your arms like this, and then everybody, it'll look like we're linking arms together.
I'm gonna do 2 of these though, okay? Because
Okay.
people keep coming on.
Maybe let's let everybody get onto video for just a minute if you want to. You don't have to, no pressure. But I see Ariana popping on there. Wendy, where's your beautiful face? Is that Wendy Jordan?
Yep.
I'm giving you a shout out.
I think that's Wendy from Suzanne's unit. I think, right?
The Miss Wendy, we don't know.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is.
Yeah, awesome.
That's a great idea, Shelby. I love the linking arms.
I do too.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone looks so beautiful.
I was saying, look how pretty Crystal looks. Good morning,
Hi,
Crystal.
guys. Hi.
Celebrate, Tiara.
Are we doing the linking arm thing? Sorry, I was letting people in.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Let's do
I'm
it.
like, my arms were like getting tired.
Okay. No, okay, I'm gonna do 2 of them. Ready? Hold on a second.
So everybody put your arms up.
Okay,
Come up so we can see them.
3. Okay, now I'm gonna do another one. Hold on. Okay, keep them up there. I know, workout this morning. You didn't know that was gonna happen. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Okay, I think I got everybody.
I love that it made it sound so we knew when it was happening.
But yeah, did it make the yeah, I
Yeah.
should have.
Like,
Okay, good.
like old fashioned camera sound.
What are we doing? We didn't realize this was aerobics, right?
Awesome.
Well, if we were together, we'd be dancing. So we might as well do something, right?
True.
I'll keep taking pictures as we go because new people keep coming in. So I'll keep taking some pictures.
Sounds good. That sounds great. Okay, so let's see, I'm gonna just peek through here one more time. Woo! Love it, love it. All the early birds here, right? Early bird gets the worm. Yes. So
Yes.
all right. Well, welcome. Welcome to our Audacious Area January Jumpstart. Woo! With your clappers. Woo! Where's all of our eye personalities?
Yeah, Melinda.
It wouldn't be me.
Oh. Well, so raise your hand high if you were with us at Mahoney last year, the January Jumpstart that was live and in person. Who was all there? Let's see. Yeah, we would have had to get up earlier. We would have had to get cute from the waist down. We would have found a parking spot. We would have all those things. So, you know, I know we want to all be together and have some pie and coffee, right, Crystal? But today we decided to hop on Zoom and just do this virtually in our virtual world. So I just want to welcome you all. Thank you so much for showing up today. Woo! I was telling the directors that this was going to be a special group because we didn't have any registration. We didn't have anything tied to it. You didn't have to pay anything. So sometimes that's kind of a loose commitment. And here you are. You're like, okay, who wants to get it done in 2021?
Hey.
Yes.
Yes, we do. I love it. I was actually on December 31st, I was in the bathroom of a little coffee place and that just kind of literally flashed across the mirror as I was, going to the bathroom and washing my hands. All of a sudden it said, getting it done in 2021. And so that's kind of how about that's our hashtag. You like it?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So that was an affirmative by Krista right there. So yes. Yay. So anyway, so for those of you that don't know me, my name is Amy Kittrell, and I know we haven't all been on a Zoom together. We've been doing, ever since March, we've been doing our own unit Zooms and Facebook Lives and pivoting and doing new things in the last 9 months. Oh my goodness. And not just in Mary Kay, but we've learned so many things virtually and so many things about ourselves, how we are when we get squeezed tight, what comes out of us, right? Because 2020, we started off with our cute little glasses right here at the January Jumpstart 2020 vision. And boy, good thing we didn't know what was coming, right?
Right.
We were like, okay, this is going to be, and it was a great year. So many great things. And we're going to be, I know Shelby's going to be coming on here in just a few minutes, and she's going to be reflecting on 2020 and all the great things that happened, because we do know that God uses all things for good, all things, even a pandemic, even, crazy things, illness, loss. He still uses all that for good for those who love him and are called according to his purpose. And so we know that we're just going to be rolling into, we already did roll into 2021, and that great things are going on. So I just want to have all the Audacious sales directors. We met on Zoom here at 8:45, and we met a little bit yesterday, put some things together for you we're excited about. So I'd love for all of the Audacious sales directors that are on the Zoom to get your pom-pom out or wave and just give everybody a shout out. Let's see, all of them wave. There they are. Aren't they beautiful? Yes. They're not only beautiful on the outside, but they're so beautiful on the inside, their hearts. And God looks at the heart, right? And so these women are phenomenal and audacious. And we are embarking on the Get It Done year of the Audacious area, and great things are happening. And I'm just super grateful for each and every sales director that's on this Zoom today. And you're gonna get to hear from them. And they have a wealth of knowledge and inspiration and experience. We have one of the highest experienced national areas in the making in all of Mary Kay. I mean, when we debut, it is going to be like, wow. You can't even imagine how many free cars our areas have earned. Over 100. I think with just the sales directors alone, we've earned over 100 cars and over 400, almost close to 500 star consultant quarters. So lots of, we always say stars are in cars. And so anyway, they've got just so much insight. So you're going to get to hear from each of them today. Are you excited? Okay, let's see your heads. Yeah, okay, there you are. I'm the I personality. I love the feedback. Woo! And so with that, I want to kind of scroll through. I just want all of the brand new beauty consultants. So we know that a lot of you joined. A lot of you are like our pillar, stellar, strong, grounded consultants that have been with us more than a year or more. Some of you 20 years, some of us 30 years. And then we have our newbies that came in during a pandemic. Wow, you signed up. You said, hey, life is crazy. I want to get into the pink bubble. I want to have some fun girlfriends, some positive, some excitement. And so you said, I'm jumping in. You jumped in during the pandemic. So if you joined Mary Kay since middle of March of last year, so March 11th is kind of when I did my last live appointment was on March 10th. And that's the night I got out of my appointment and career conference was canceled. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening to our world? Mary Kay canceled career conference. And then everything just kind of came from them. So we're going to kind of look through the screen. And if you are a newer consultant, I want you to unmute because we're going to cheer for you. So let's do this. All of you that are brand new since March 30th, okay, or middle of March, since the pandemic hit, you go ahead and mute. And then everybody else unmute for a minute because we're going to cheer for you. Okay. And we're going to look through so we'll know that everybody that's muted is a brand new consultant since March. Is that good? Okay. So I want you to scroll through. So let's cheer for all of our brand new independent beauty consultants that have joined since March of 2020. Woo!
Yay!
We're glad you're here.
We're so excited for you.
Yay!
Welcome.
Awesome. In fact, what we'd love for you to do is in the chat. So I'm sure you know what the chat's like. There's a little chat, and you can type in and say, "Hey, I'm new since March. I'm new March through December, and whose unit you're in." So we want to love on you and get to know you. And is there anybody on there? We've got about 1 minute before Shelby's going to be coming on that wants to just now unmute. So now everybody else mute, except me. I'll stay on for a minute. Everybody else mute and go ahead and unmute all you newer consultants. Is there anybody that wants to introduce themselves and say what they're excited about?
Hi, I'm Bill, and I am new since August, and having a great time. Love the Mary Kay world, and looking forward to getting my pink Cadillac.
Woo! All right, thank you for sharing. Awesome. Woo! Okay, how about one more? Anybody else want to share?
My name is Natalie, and I am new since July. And I joined Erica Pluckman's unit, and I'm super excited to earn my red jacket this year.
Yay. Awesome. Welcome, Natalie, too. Yay. So excited for you. Okay, how about one more? Someone else I know wants to say hello. And then if not, you can put in chat.
Hi, I'm Ari. I joined in November. I'm a part of Amy's group. I joined to just gain more business skills and to spend quality time with my aunt because she's the one that introduced me to this.
Yay. Yay, Ariana. Yay. So excited you're with us today, all the way from Texas. Hey. Okay, and I saw Jennifer. I knew I saw you put your arm up. So do you want to share
Yeah.
too?
So I put it in the chat. I'm new since March, but it's not marked. It's the end of July and August. It's just been a couple months and I am having an absolute blast. I love it. I'm so excited. In 2021, I'm gonna go even further. I'm gonna get it done.
Yes. Yay. Woo! Congratulations. Yay. So excited for you. And I recruited her.
Oh,
Yay.
yes.
Okay. All right. Well, and if you're new and you want to share at some point, just put in there. I'd love to introduce myself, but otherwise do it in the chat. We want to keep it rolling because we have so many trainers and we want to be respectful of your time. And so, so now what I'd love for everybody to do is to mute out. And I'm going to introduce our very first trainer. She is one of the Audacious sales directors. She's a powerhouse woman. We all wore our word shirts today, and her word for her unit is powerhouse, and that she is. And I always like to say, there she is. Okay, I don't know if you can see her. We'll get her off mute. There she is, powerhouse. So she's actually doing some wedding makeup today for a bridal party that she is excited to share with and to get them all ready for their big day. But so she's going to be our first trainer. And I always like to say about Shelby, I chased her till I caught her. She's already in here, okay, but it's like, hop on. I didn't say hop on a Zoom back then. I said, come to a live event. And then she did, and she's been all in ever since. And everybody in the Mary Kay world, not just the Audacious area, we're blessed that she's ours. We get a claim her and say, oh yeah, Shelby, she's ours. But the whole Mary Kay world wants to claim her as theirs, because everybody that knows Shelby and knows her heart and her fun, outgoing, awkward spirit, right? When she embraces the awkwardness, she says. And we mean that with all, fun stuff. So anyway, Shelby, we're so excited that you get to kick us off today in 2021. So you got the floor.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Amy. And so I am in my car. So if you see things flying beside me, it's someone going crazy in the parking lot because I am parked, so I'm being safe. I also have notes. So if I'm looking away and looking down, I'm following my notes so I stay on track. But I am a sales director from Ashland, Nebraska, and I am really excited for you to hear my message today. And I pray that my words are anointed and you allow them to penetrate your heart to get it done in 2021. I love that, Amy, and I think I'm just going to adopt that mantra. So I want to help us look back so that we can move forward. So go ahead and grab a pen and a paper if you don't already have one. I want you to take a few notes and write some things down. And I would love it if you discussed what you write down as we go through this with your sales director in the next 24 to 48 hours so that she can be your advocate in the new year. So I feel pretty confident in saying that in 2020, each of us was either required to get out of our comfort zone or learn something new. And in a majority of cases, we were required to do both, right? So whether it was learning and embracing new technology, homeschooling your children for the first time, or figuring out how to breathe, talk, and walk and not pass out while wearing a mask, every one of us had to overcome something this past year that could have held us back. I believe it's important to recognize the giants that we slay in our life, the obstacles that could have stopped us but didn't. Sometimes in our life, we start down a path towards a goal, our next destination on the map of life, if you will. We know that in order to get to our goal, we need to keep taking steps forward, one foot after the other. We may not know exactly what we'll experience on that path, but as we begin our journey, we believe or have been told that it is absolutely worth it, so we keep moving. However, sometimes we are walking. If the path takes some twists and turns we aren't ready for, or perhaps takes us longer to get to our destination than we previously believed it would, we may get discouraged or frustrated or even angry and just sit down. Anybody ever done that? I know I have. In some cases, we may even turn around and walk the other direction. It is my true hope that we use what we have walked through in 2020 to help us move towards our destination in 2021. So whether you had an amazing year or a lackluster year, we are going to build upon the experiences of our past to proclaim victory in our future. So think about 2020 as a whole and write down 3 things that you overcame that could have held you back in 2020. So examples could be working from home instead of going into the office, juggling new family schedules, or staying connected to family and friends virtually. Go ahead, write those 3 things down, and you'll have time later on to come back. So 3 things that you overcame that could have held you back in 2020. Next, we're going to think specifically about your Mary Kay business. Write down 3 things that you overcame that could have held you back from building your Mary Kay business in 2020. Examples could be utilizing and learning how to use Zoom or Facebook or video chat during appointments, learning how to put together sample skincare pamper packs for your customers, social distance requirements and stay-at-home orders, or maybe you overcame a limiting belief you had about yourself or your business. Write those 3 things down you overcame. Okay, now think about all 6 of these obstacles, personal and in your business. They could have been a roadblock on your personal or business journey in 2020. However, you were resourceful and overcame those obstacles. In some instances, you may have been able to move the roadblock yourself, like moving a small barricade. In other instances, it may have been necessary to call in reinforcements, your sales director, aka the AAA of your business, like a big truck pulling a fallen tree off of a road. No matter how you were able to move past that roadblock and continue on your journey, I want you to be proud of yourself. You decided to not be a victim of your circumstances and prey to negative narratives, but rather a victor who overcame adversity. Be proud of you and know that as you continue down your Mary Kay path, you will be able to continually overcome any obstacles you may come across. All right. Now let's write down 3 habits that serve you well in your Mary Kay business. The definition of a habit is an acquired behavior pattern regularly followed until it has become almost involuntary. These habits are actionable activities that allow you to navigate the path and in many cases make your journey more enjoyable and help you get to your destination more quickly. Examples could be 10 daily reach outs to new or existing customers, reflecting every morning on what you're grateful for, plugging into weekly success events with your unit or Saturday surge events with our national area, or completing consistent check-ins with your mentor and sales director. These actionable activities are like having a compass or a well-fit pair of walking shoes. You know what direction you're walking in and your feet are protected from the elements and don't get sore. If you keep your compass safely secure around your neck and your shoes tightly tied, your travels will be enjoyable and you won't get lost. However, if you disregard your compass and allow your shoes to slip and slide around as you walk, you could fall and trip. Set yourself up for success with your compass and a well-fit pair of walking shoes, aka your habits. To do that, I want you to write down 3 habits that you can add for 2021 that would make a difference for you personally. These could be areas of personal development or healthier life choices. Perhaps some of the habits I mentioned earlier could benefit you if you don't currently hold them as habits. Other examples may be making a 6 most important things list every night before bed that outlines your next day, being part of the 5 a.m. wake up club, nailing down your schedule so you know when you are working your Mary Kay business, listening, watching, or reading sources of positive reinforcement throughout the day, or simply making healthier eating choices and drinking more water so that your brain and body function more efficiently. These habits start as small, actionable items that, when performed consistently, become simple daily routines that set you up for success. Okay, now we're going to switch gears just slightly. We're going to think about some things that might accidentally knock us off course or make us discouraged, frustrated, or angry. I call them limiting beliefs. I define limiting beliefs as an opinion or conviction that confines or keeps us restricted, but is not true. On your paper, what limiting beliefs about yourself could potentially hold you back in 2021? And what limiting beliefs about Mary Kay, the company, the products, or the business opportunity could potentially prevent you from running full out in 2021 after your goal or destination? Now, when you answer this question, I want you to be completely honest with yourself. I guarantee you any limiting belief you may have right now has been felt by myself or any one of our directors or consultants joining our event today. There is no need to feel embarrassed or silly. Give yourself this opportunity to write down any limiting belief you may be feeling that could hold you back in 2021. When we allow ourselves to internally reflect on thoughts that are not serving us, it is like checking our vehicle before leaving for a long road trip. If we know one of our tires has a hole in it, we must repair that tire before going out on the road. Maybe some of you are thinking, yeah, but Shelby, my limiting belief isn't that big of a deal. It really doesn't affect my business at all. Well, let me just tell you about an experience I had, and you might change your mind. So earlier this year, I was driving my car, and a message flashed across my dash, low tire. Being the responsible adult I am, I went to the screen on my dash and read the tire pressure reading. My back tire on the driver's side was just a few pounds low, no big deal. So probably just a small hole. I live in the country. I picked up a nail. I'll address it later. For a few days, I disregarded the low tire message until I couldn't disregard it anymore. I had driven down to a secluded piece of land we own near the river, and as I was getting into my car to go home, I noticed a different message on my dash that said, "Do not drive low tire." I got out of my car, checked my tires, and the small leak had turned into a larger hole and resulted in an almost completely flat tire. The other issue was that I was in a remote, secluded area and had to drive my vehicle with a very flat tire a half mile to our cabin to fill it with air. Being a country kid, I learned that driving a tire that was that low could be very dangerous and catastrophic. You could blow your tire, run it off the rim completely, or damage your rim. Any of those things could be a huge expense on your hands. Our limiting beliefs are like a small hole or a small leak in our car tires. They may not seem significant, but when left unattended, could result in an expensive bill or even worse yet, an accident that could slow our pace or knock us off course. So I want you to recognize those limiting beliefs, write them down, and then learn how to repair them so they don't cause you to be stranded in the middle of nowhere. Write down your limiting beliefs and share them with your director over the next couple days. She's like your tire repairman, ready to remove any nails that get stuck in your tires or patch the holes that those nails may create. Moving on, now that we have uncovered and defined our limiting beliefs that your sales director is going to help you repair, let's talk about the first destination of our Mary Kay 2021 journey. There are many reasons to start a Mary Kay business. The freedom to create our own schedules, being rewarded and appreciated for our accomplishments, or surrounding ourselves with positive, inspired women who want and believe more for us. But for many of us, we saw the income earning potential of a Mary Kay business. You may have seen an opportunity to earn some side hustle income as fun money, or maybe this opportunity is going to allow you to leave a full-time position that takes you away from your family, or a means to build your dream home. What I would love for you to do now is write down what you want your business to pay for in the first 3 to 6 months of 2021. Be specific, whether it is buying a specific item for your home or a family member, or paying a specific bill. Know what it is that you would love to pay for in the first 3 to 6 months of 2021. And know why being able to achieve this specific goal is so important. This specific thing you want your business to pay for is your right now passionate goal, or RNPG. When you know your RNPG, no matter what you encounter on your journey to your next destination on your map of life, no nails, roadblocks, or extended travel times are going to make you lose faith. Your RNPG is so strong, you will overcome anything that comes across your path. Okay, now that we've established your RNPG, I want you to imagine for a moment if all your debt and responsibilities were already taken care of. Time, money, and resources were no issue. What would you want your life to look like 1 year from now? Write down what you would want your life to look like 1 year from now. Describe your surroundings. Describe how you feel. Describe what you're doing. Describe your friends. Describe where you are in your business. Describe every aspect of your life. I love this exercise because when we allow ourselves to dream, we are allowing God's vision for our life to come into focus. As we continually dream and lean not on our own understanding, but on the promises of Him, God's vision becomes more and more clear until it is a vibrant, full color picture in our mind, unmistakable and extremely pleasing to the eye, like a beautiful sunset enjoyed on an evening walk. As you meditate on that vision over and over again, you allow yourself to go to that future reality in your mind. When we continually go to our future reality in our mind, we begin to feel it, and part of us begins to live it. This is where our unwavering belief lives and is fortified. And with unwavering belief in our newly established habits, our vision can manifest itself as reality in our lives. So, let us celebrate obstacles we overcome, reinforce habits that serve our journey down our path, address our limiting beliefs, specify our RNPG, right now passionate goal, and allow God's vision to come into focus. As we do these things, we keep taking steps forward, ensuring progress, one foot after the other. We may not always know exactly what we will experience on our path, but as we begin our journey, we believe that it is worth it, so we keep moving. Here's to getting it done in 2021 in the unmistakable vision God has planned for your future. Thanks so much.
Wow, Shelby, way to just slam it home. I love it. So much good stuff. And so, I mean, we're so used to doing affirmations and affirming everybody and all the takeaways, but for time's sake, if you had an aha moment or anything that you want to share, those of you that are on the Zoom, you can type it in the chat. But Shelby, that was so great. Wonderful things to think about as we embark on getting it done in 2021. So thank you so much for your words, your preparation, taking it seriously, and just being the beautiful you that you are. So thank you so much. Yay. Okay. Whoa, yay, Shelby. Powerhouse woman. Okay, so I want to recognize now, I'm going to go back to the little gallery view here and see all of you beautiful faces. So just going to intermix with a little bit of recognition today because we are mid-year through our year. So this is not our new year, Mary Kay year, January 1. This is our half year. So we started July 1. December 31st was the first half of our year completion. And so we're going to recognize some women today. So I'm actually going to recognize the top 5 Audacious area sales directors in personal sales, the women that are getting on the Zooms, sending out samples, sharing the products, servicing their customers personally. This has really nothing to do with their unit. This is just them, moving forward in their own personal business. So, number 5 was Shelby Hell, year to date. Yay! Our beautiful trainer, Shelby, is number 5. And all 5 of these women are on target for the National Court of Sales. So they're halfway there, more than halfway, a lot of them. So anyway, so Shelby number 5, and the number 4, the beautiful Suzanne Cleaver. Woo! There she is. She's raising her hands. She's amazing. National Court of Sales, wearing her beautiful rings. So thank you, Suzanne, for being a great example. And then number 3, Melinda Pearson, top 3. Way to go, Melinda. Whoop, whoop. So anyway, Melinda is also on target for the National Court of Sales and selling boatloads of product. And then number 2, our newest sales director, Anna Maria. Woo, Anna Maria. Go, number 2 in the Audacious area, personal sales, getting out in front and moving this product. And number 1, the number 1, drum roll, queen, year to date of, I'll put the crown on because, in honor of her, the beautiful Denise Martinez. Woo, number 1. Yay, Denise, there you are. Yay, so exciting. So we are halfway there. So it doesn't matter if you've already slammed it or you're on target or not, really, because we can make up for it in the final 6 months of the year. So anyway, congratulations to you, Denise, for being number 1 in Court of Sales so far in this beautiful year. So, okay, so I'm going to introduce our next speaker. And we're right on time. This is so good. I'm watching my little clock. Anyway, our next trainer is the extraordinary, there goes, woo, her light just came on. Look at the bright light right there. Melinda Pearson, who was the very first sales director to debut in the Audacious area. So she was my first Offspring sales director, yay, and First Pink Cadillac sales director in the Audacious area, and has achieved so many things. But what I love about her is her loyalty and her deep roots. And she's been with Mary Kay for, is it 28 years?
27.
I think it's 27. Okay.
27.
I knew it was 27 to 28. I was looking to see. Debuted in 1995 as a sales director, and is leading her unit to amazing heights. She's got wisdom and grit and strength. And so without further ado, she's going to be talking today about, I think, your daily habits, which is such a good thing to be talking about as we roll over into the new year, because that's kind of, what we do. So Melinda, you've got the floor. Thank you so much. You look beautiful. And so we'll pass it on to you.
Well, good morning, Audacious area, and happy New Year. We're excited, right? So I'm going to pick right up where Shelby was when she started talking about habits. Our success lies hidden in our daily routine. And that is probably one of the most priority things that I've learned in all of my years in Mary Kay is that really it is what your daily disciplines look like. It's consistency over intensity. When you do the little things every single day and you hold yourself accountable to that, you will get wherever it is that you want to go, wherever your heart desire is. It lies hidden in those daily do's and what you're going to do. So I want to talk to you just about a few quick habits that you could add to tracking, because that is then the key. You have that daily discipline, but then you need to track that number. You need to get to should. I don't like to should on myself. So it really is all about what you get to do and having those things that are going to move you forward in that goal. So I just have to say this before I go forward. The thing I cannot get used to in this whole 2020 thing and training and doing virtually is looking at myself the time while I'm training. So I'm on this big screen and I'm looking at myself and thinking, well, that is weird, right? But okay, I'm going to change that view because that might help me. There we go. All right. You guys can all look at me, but I want to see all your other faces. So here are some things that you can do. First and foremost, one habit that I really think is something to jot down on your paper. You're going to hear lots of different things, and we all do, right? We're feeding our brain intellectually. That's one of the smart things you can do. But I'm going to encourage you to pick a couple of things and run with that. You absolutely cannot change everything overnight. And when you think, oh, I want to do that, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, make a list and prioritize it. So what's the first thing that you want to add into your routine? What's the second thing? Setting yourself up to be successful will be more beneficial. You'll be more successful when you do it as a process rather than trying to do it all and then falling down and thinking I can't do any of it. So you're going to start with those things that you're going to build on that over the course of this 2021. All right. And one of the things that I learned early on in my 27-year journey was to bookend my days. So working from home this last year, that was not a transition for most of us that have been in Mary Kay for a long time, because we have been working from home. I've been working from home for 26 years. I've been full-time with Mary Kay. So I knew that. So here's some of the things that I will tell you that I can pass along that will make a big difference, and maybe you already have them. But if you haven't, the biggest thing is having bookends to your day, how you start your day and how you end your day. Every day it's the same. You start, you wake up at the same time. You have the same routine. For me, it starts with prayer time and quiet time. Well, that's not especially true. I get my husband out the door. He goes to work early, and we've got this thing where he needs a lunch. And so I get him out the door, and then I sit down with my cup of coffee and my prayer time and have that centering time. I don't turn the TV on. Really try to find that strength, that inner strength within yourself to listen to your own mind and be able to sort through that. That can help us figure out some of those limiting beliefs when we spend that quiet time and we do some journaling. Then it's exercise, setting yourself up for that. If exercise isn't your thing, you got to get yourself in that routine, lay your clothes out the night before so that it's not a decision. Anytime you can take the decisions out of it will make a big difference, right? So then my day can start. It's every day I do the same thing. At night, it looks the same way too, as far as of what's the time that I'm going to start to get ready for bed. If you need help with that, set an alarm on your telephone. I think that that's one of the greatest things about these smartphones that we have is you can set alarms to add that habit in. So every day at 9:30 or whatever time it is for you that you need to start shutting things down, that little alarm goes off. Through the pandemic, I wanted to add some extra prayer in my life. So at 3:00 every day, I have a little alarm that goes off that reminds me I wanted to say a quick prayer. Whatever that is, and you'd be surprised. I was surprised at how many times 3:00 comes around and I think, oh my gosh, it's already 3:00. I mean, I would have totally forgot it had I not set that alarm. All right. So then I'm going to give you some tracking pages that you can do. And I will put the couple that I'm going to show you on the Audacious page today. So if you love them, you can print them off. If you don't, that's okay. You can use something else. There's so many options. But my message is find one, get started with it. If you need to change, you can change, but start with one. All right. So the first one I'm going to hold up here is, I think you probably all have seen it. This is a weekly plan sheet. All right. A weekly plan sheet. Mary Kay taught us. Do I use this regularly, like the legitimate right way? No, I'm not going to lie to you, but I do plan out my week and I do have a calendar. So I have an idea. And since I'm pretty routine and pretty disciplined, I don't necessarily have to do it every single week because my schedule kind of stays the same. But if you can start with this, like, what's your time? What time do you get up? What time do you, when are you going to work? You need to have time on your schedule of where you're going to work your business. When is it that you're going to work? Whether that's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 4 hours, whatever your schedule is, you get to decide that. And one of the things Amy Kittrell told me all those years ago when she sponsored me in this business is that I could make full-time income on part-time hours if I worked my business. The same is true today, all these years later. If you are willing to do the activity and you are willing to put in the time, you can make really great income on just a few hours, but not if you're shuffling papers and you're doing inventory and you're, sorting through things. No, this is people time. That's reaching out. And of course, with texting, you can text so many people in just a minute of time. All right. So that's one thing. Here's my other big thing is this is my daily tracking sheet. Okay. And I will put this page out there so that you all can have it. I know you probably can't see it very well, but at the top, it gives me what my morning is. What time am I waking up? What time is my quiet time, exercise, power hour? My 6 most important things to do list is on this sheet. And then I've got a place for my contacts. What are my outreach? What's my non-negotiable? How many people am I going to reach out to every single day? It can be 2, it can be 22. You get to decide that. But I promise you, if you set a goal to reach out to 2 people every single day and you are consistent with that, and by the end of the week, that's 14 people that you've reached out to, and you do that week after week after week. If I could do math really fast and over 50 weeks, what would that be? That'd be 500. Would that be 500? Be more than 500 outreaches, right? For the year? Yeah. Someone shake their head. Yes. Yeah. That's got to be right. Yeah. Can you see how that would multiply? And I know there's 52 weeks, but you probably take a couple weeks off in there, right? Then I've got like more great things to do. And then down at the bottom, I've got my sales goal. Every day I have a sales goal. So I put that on there. And then when I sell it, I subtract it off. And I also have my dials and my contacts and how many people I'm booking every single day. So that's my little sheet. And I realize a lot of you have other full-time jobs or other commitments. So maybe yours isn't every single day. Maybe it's Mondays and Wednesdays you work your business. You get to decide that, right? Okay. So then I know I'm running out of time. It's always crazy how fast it goes, right? The other sheet I'm going to share with you. Okay, great. The other sheet is this. I have this fun little, monthly tracking sheet. I pulled up one that's got colored on so you can kind of see it. But this is just a way to track your success, track your faces that you're doing. How many items are you selling in the month? Sometimes I think that's an aha to people is like, you think you maybe did a lot and then you're like, oh, I really didn't, so track that. A tracked number will grow. I promise you, if you start coloring something in, you're going to want to color the whole thing and you're not going to want to leave blank spaces, right? Good. Thanks for the head shakes, ladies. All right. So, and up here is your marketing. Like, who are you sharing this business with? We want to show and tell, show the business, show the product, tell the story, play show and tell. We learned how to do that in kindergarten. Yes, yes. So this is just a fun little tracking sheet. Again, your director maybe has something for you, so you can use this stuff or you don't have to use it. But I always love to have those choices. Here's the other thing. I was just taking a sheet of paper. Amy taught me this too early. Some of these things you don't even need to reinvent the wheel. It says it has to be simple. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be cute unless you want it to be pretty and cute, and that's the way you're going to use it. But some of us, for me, I just needed to have it in front of me. So here's the goal. My January sales goal. My sales goal is more than $1,000, but this could be a great goal for some of you, right? Because if you sold $1,000, you'd earn the jewelry. You'd order 600. And every time you sell something, you're just going to subtract off. So this is somewhere that you can see it, where your family can see it. It could be on your refrigerator. It could be on your mirror in your bathroom. It could be on your garage door out to your car. So every time you go, that you're looking at it and that you're thinking, oh, I want to subtract something off. Yes? All right. And then just one other thing that I think is another great source that you can track from is this planner. I know some of us love planners, but I will tell you, for the last several years, I've just used Mary Kay's planner, $3.50, my friends. That is like pennies compared to what you would spend on other journals, and everything that you need is in here. It's got, your month, your goal setting, and then it's got your month at a glance. And then it also has your 6 most important things to do, your schedule for the day, a place for your mileage, a place for notes. Yeah, even your sales goal, like for the week. So it can be that simple. Use the tools that Mary Kay has for us. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. So remember, consistency is going to compound. It's consistency over intensity. You're going to bookend your days. You're going to track your numbers. You're going to check it off every single day. It only takes a little extra to be extraordinary. Be willing to do the things that successful people are willing to do, that unsuccessful people don't do. A daily routine is built on those good habits. That's going to make the difference. So only takes a little extra to be extraordinary. Thanks for being on today.
Wow, Melinda, that was fabulous. I love it. Only takes a little extra to be extraordinary. That is so good. That's awesome. Yeah. Wonderful. Of course, my mind went, it only takes, and I thought of a spark.
Spark, right?
Where my mind went, like, oh, extra. So wonderful. And really, truly, that's what Melinda talked about, so key, because it's the dailies. I was reading about that today in my devotional about it. It's the things that we do when no one's looking, the daily habits that we create. So thank you for expanding on Shelby's training and just being an example of that, because I know that through the craziness of life, you've kept those systems, and I love that you had the sheet where you subtracted everything off. That's what I did. It was like so simple, but again, simple is good, right?
Right. I've done that every month. I mean, that's the easiest thing. And the months that you don't do it, or the weeks that you don't do it, I don't sell. I mean, it's not the same intensity.
Yeah. You don't have a goal. Hashtag
right.
Goals. You got to have something right. You're shooting for, right?
Right.
Yes. So great. And I know it was so funny because when you put the $1,000, it's like, wow, I would think her goal would be bigger than that.
Yeah, that's not my goal.
I know, it was so cute. It was so great. And at the beginning, when some of you newbies, that's a big goal. That's a great thing. Right. So don't think you got to tackle the $3,000 retail goal right off the bat. Just, work your way up, like Melinda said. And I was doing the math. I think 2 times 7 is a week. 14 times 50 was 700.
So,
700. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of.
That would be a lot of that would be huge. So sometimes I think we put these grandiose numbers out there, thinking we got to do more. And then we set ourselves up to not be successful. Whereas if we would just do a couple every single day, it's manageable. You can check that off. God blesses the chase. So.
Yes, that's so true. So it's good for us rooftop people to hear, part of the finished book. When the Audacious directors did the Saturday Surge, we brought up the finished book, and it does talk about, not, shooting for the moon. And if you miss, you'll still land among the stars or however that is. But sometimes that's not good enough. We really wanted the moon. So, just reach your goal. So such a great reminder. Yay. Okay. So we're going to keep rolling here. This is so fun. We're right on time. Which is good, right? Everybody nod their head, right? It's good. So hopefully this is, you're going to think this went so fast. It's like, oh my gosh, wow. And so, because it's good, because time flies when we're having fun. Yes. Yes. Okay. I love it. I love it. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit more recognition here. And so this includes directors and consultants all together, because we recognize the top directors in personal sales. And now this is in court of sharing. So this is sharing the business. Share, share, share. That's going to be my mantra. Share, share, share. Let's give it away. And so there's only one court of sharing. There's not a consultant court of sharing and a director court of sharing. It's all together in Mary Kay Incorporated. So, and that's for the beautiful Diamond Bumblebee. And it's based on commissions earned. That means bringing women in that are actually out selling the product and reordering the product over and over again. So it's not necessarily, the queen is not crowned by how many she has. It's by, you have to have 24 qualified for sure, but it's by commissions earned. So that also you want to make sure that you're building a team where you're making that 13% commission every month, because that adds up. Right? So, okay, so this is super fun. So I'm going to just recognize the top 10. They may not be on the Zoom, but we'll celebrate them. The top 10 year to date. So the first 6 months, we got 6 left, but this is the first 6 months so far. The top 10 consultants / directors all together in the Audacious area is, drum roll, number, right? Crystal, drum roll. I love it. Every time we do a Facebook Live, and Crystal's on, she's got the drums across the little emojis. It's so cute. You just bring me so much joy. Okay, so number 10 from the Denise Martinez unit, Maria Rodriguez Barrios. Yay, number 10. Congratulations. Number 9, also from the Denise Martinez unit, Brenda Rios. Brenda Rios, congratulations to you. And number 8 from her own unit, the beautiful sales director, Erica Plucknet. Congratulations. And number 7 from the Denise Martinez unit, Cynthia Torres. Woo! All right, number 6 from the Denise Martinez unit, Brenda Rodriguez. Where are you? Are you on here? Congratulations to you. Number 5 from the Denise Martinez unit, Gabrielle Martinez. Woo! Way to rock it, Denise. Number 4 from her own fabulous unit, Amy Kitcherall. Woo! Number 3 from her own fabulous unit, Jordan Litherland. Woo! Top 3. Congratulations, Jordan. Number 2 from her own fabulous unit, Denise Martinez. Woo! And number 1, the queen, who we believe will be the queen of the entire Ruby seminar, brand new sales director, Ana Maria. Woo! Where are you? Give us a wave. Yay. And Ana Maria, she has already finished the National Court of Sharing already. We have 6 more months left, but she's already finished it. So she's already earned the bee, the beautiful Diamond Bumblebee. And her women are going to continue selling and ordering. Her commissions are going to continue to go through the roof. And she's going to add, of course, more women to her team in the next 6 months. So I do have to give a shout out to Jordan, because every single top 10 court of sharing woman, except for me, is in your future national area, Jordan. Every single one was either Jordan or Erica or her 2 directors, and Denise had a slew of women that are out sharing the opportunity. So every single one minus me is in your future national area, Jordan. So that's a testimonial to you of sharing in your heart. So, okay, we're going to introduce you later. So hold that thought. Okay, and then I also want to recognize the top 5 units here today in the Audacious area, minus our unit. So this is all of my offspring sales directors in the first line or the second line or the third line with Ana Maria. So how exciting. So ready? So number 5 year to date in the Audacious area unit, so this is the top 5 units led by their director. Number 5, Jordan Litherland. Woo! There you are, top 5. Number 4, Krista Kuning. Congratulations, Krista, and your Star Believers. Yay! Okay, and then number 3, Erica Plucknett. Woo, woo! Unshakable woman, top 3. Congratulations to Erica. Number 2, you just heard from her in her daily habits, Melinda Pearson, number 2 unit, leading her extraordinary, just a little extra to be extraordinary. Yay, Melinda. And drum roll. Right, Crystal? Number 1, year to date unit in the Audacious area, on target for $500,000. $500,000. Denise Martinez. Woo, woo! Yay, Denise! Congratulations! So exciting, so exciting. So I've asked Denise and Anna Maria to join us. Obviously, we're all joining us, but to kind of teach together, because I'm going to have Denise share first about, and I gave her the title of her class. She didn't get to pick it. I just said, okay, you're going to train on this. It was a little bossy, but I said, why don't you train on how to earn a pink Cadillac and overcome obstacles during a pandemic? How do you like the title of that class, huh? So anyway, so she's going to share a little bit about that. And then she's going to introduce Ana Maria, and we're going to have Ana Maria share in Spanish. And then Denise is going to translate for her so we can hear, because honestly, in my unit, they're like, I want to hear from Ana Maria. She finished up the quota sales. So she's going to share about sharing the Mary Kay opportunity, just the basics of that. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Denise Martinez. So we love you. You're amazing. Not only your accolades, of course, we don't love women for their accolades. That's just really your achievements. All of you on this Zoom is a reflection of your activity. That's it. You did more appointments, you got more results, right? So it does not reflect who you are. You know. So I want to make sure we're clear. Really, it just reflects what you did and how you got out there and made it happen. So Denise Martinez, without further ado, I'd love for you to just take over here.
Yay! Good morning, Audacious area. Well, I am so excited to be here with you guys and to be sharing, and Happy New Year 2021, finally, right? So just like Amy said, I'm going to be looking back into 2020 and how I made it happen, how we earned that Cadillac. And just like Amy said, it's just a reflection of what you do. It's not a reflection of who you are, just a reflection of what you do. And I'm going to talk with you guys about what I did, but also of what I went through. And this is one of the last times I promise that I'm going to share all the obstacles that I went through in the beginning of the year last year. And just because I want to give you a glimpse. And I know you guys know, but I have a purpose with this, okay? So I'm going to be reading from my notes too. So I'm going to be looking down, but so excited and to be here with you guys. So a year of obstacles and victories. That is my theme, right? A year of obstacles and victories. 2020 was a year to stay in history forever. We know that. It was a year full of obstacles for many, and for many others, it was a year also full of obstacles that were used as a stepping stone to have victories. And that's exactly what I did. There is a psychology principle that has stood for me since I learned it. And this is the principle. The only thing that you can control is how you respond to your circumstances. Other than that, you have no control. So I learned that it's about how you respond to your life circumstances that makes the entire difference. So I will give a brief timeline, just a brief timeline of the obstacles that I encountered in 2020 and how I overcame them. So January 6th, I'm diagnosed with cholestasis of pregnancy, a dangerous condition that puts the baby at a high risk of death. And my liver was not working. So from January 6th to the 15th, I had all I can remember is medical checkups, labs, and then finally I had to be induced 4 weeks early to save baby's life. On January 17th, we had a big ice storm. here in Nebraska and Iowa, and my husband went out to get something to eat. He falls, he hurts his back, and so he actually had to visit the ER while we were staying in the hospital with the baby in the NICU. So February 12th, we're moving on, right? So my baby was for 48 hours in the NICU. So February 12th, my oldest son had the flu. Within a week, we were all sick, including baby. Doctor told me, I think I can pull through this. That was really hard. So same day baby gets sick. Jesus, my husband, couldn't walk. He was in terrible pain from his back pain. And so we were just, going through a really tough time. Then first week of March, Jordan, my senior, texts me, and I'm pretty sure she remembers this, to advise me that she has been exposed to the whooping cough, and the baby, very unlikely, but possibly could have been exposed. Same week that the world shuts down. I'm so sorry, I had an incoming call, guys. But same week that the world shuts down due to the pandemic, COVID. All I wanted to do was hide my baby in the closet. All the month, I remember I was in continuous prayer. I was scared and was still struggling with all the pain that I walked through until finally, on March 30th, I was praying and I could feel the Holy Spirit in me. And this is the most important thing of this, guys, of me sharing this with you guys, is that I want to ask you, what grief and what pain are you holding on to? What are you holding on to that is not letting you move on? And so March 30th, for me, it was like a drop in the sand, because I remember that day so very well. I was praying and I had the grief of not having my baby with me for the 48 hours, the first 48 hours of his life, not doing skin to skin, seeing him in all these needles and just, seeing him suffer, and then going through illness. And I was just suffering and I was grieving those moments. In 2020, it was a year that we were all grieving moments that were lost. We were all grieving something, right? So on March 30th, like every morning I do, I went into my prayer and I said, God, I gave you all of my pain. I gave you all of my pain and all of my grief. And so my question is, what do you need to let go of? What pain or what grief do you need to let go of? Maybe it was in 2020, maybe it's from years before. So was it your graduation ceremony, your son's graduation ceremony that you didn't get to have? Was it the loss of health? Was it the loss of not having Christmas with family? Was it the loss of health or the loss of a loved one? Our world is grieving and we are grieving. When we're grieving, we need to turn to God. That is what we need to do. A God that we know that transforms and restores everything. A God of restoration. And that's what I did. And then I heard him saying, and you can feel in your heart and your mind when you hear God's voice. And I could hear him saying, it will not be easy, but it will not be impossible. March 30th, it will not be easy, but it will not be impossible. And I knew he was speaking not just about my pain, but in all aspects of my life, including my business. I meditated on this for the rest of the days, and I knew it was not going to be easy, but it was not going to be impossible. And that's what I kept in my heart. When you decide that enough is enough, you make a change. I was not happy with my performance, with what I'm doing, not with who I was, but with what I was doing in my business. And when you know you're not happy with something, you need to figure something out, right? And in March, we all needed to figure how to work differently. And so that's what I did. I had to figure out how to work virtually. So I did. I was actually really happy that I was learning a new way to work my business from home, because I had a newborn baby that I had to breastfeed, and I was only breastfeeding, and I continue to only breastfeed and work virtually from home. So, I was really happy to learn that new way. So I did it. Discipline, passion, and belief were a huge part of my success in earning my Cadillac in 2020. I had no evidence whatsoever that I would reach this dream, but river abundance was open from God, and I was hungry. I was hungry, guys. Are you hungry? I was hungry. I was willing. Are you willing? And I believed. Are you believing? In April, Ana Maria came. She became a new consultant. It was actually the middle of April. In May, she went into her first month of car. August, only 4.5 months later, Anna finished her car in DIQ, breaking records. September was our final month of Cadillac. Still had lots of production to meet. Once again, we went through hardship with health. Erin needed to see a neurologist. That was one of the scariest situations I have been through as a mom and with my kids. Then I got sick again. And then on September 29th, Julian had a fever all night, and I didn't sleep like all night with him to wake up on September 30th, the last day of Cadillac qualification, with more than 7,000 to go. In a night of no sleep and a sick baby, I could have said, it's okay if I don't do it. People will understand. I can reset. While all of those things would have been okay, they didn't represent excellence. They didn't represent my unwavering decision that I had set to finish on September 30th. So I believed I had the action, and so it happened by God's grace and for His glory. Bottom line is, circumstances and obstacles don't matter when you're hungry. Circumstances don't matter when you're willing. Circumstances don't matter when you believe. Obstacles don't matter when you have a dream. I could have talked about strategies, which are important, plans and ideas. While all of these do complement victories, the foundation is belief. The foundation is belief. That foundation is willingness. The foundation is discipline, passion, action, but even more, belief. Belief pushes you to have the rest. So my question to you is, are you hungry for more? If you're hungry for more, are you willing? If you're willing, do you believe you can? Remember, everything is possible for those who believe. So for this new year, find what you're hungry for. Get willing to satisfy it and believe. So as you can see, 2020 was a year full of obstacles, but also a year of victories. Now you have 365 days to fill in the blank, to make it victorious. We are going to find obstacles. We are. There's obstacles every day, right? But the only difference is what you will make out of those obstacles, how you will respond from those obstacles. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. It will not be easy, but it will not be impossible. I promise. Thank you.
Wow, Denise. Oh my gosh, my phone's blowing up. People are texting me, even in the chat, your story, how inspiring, and, the discipline, the passion, and the belief. And I'll never forget in September, at the very end, when you said, Amy, I told everyone I was going to do it, and I'm going to finish for God's glory. And so you did it, and you believed to the very, very, very end. So what a great testimony for all of us, for myself included, in our national area and our completion. How hungry are we? How hungry, are we? Yes. So thank you so much. So I'd love for you to go ahead and introduce Anna Maria, who I got the pleasure of meeting. Jordan and I got to meet her face to face in Nebraska City a few weeks ago. And what a beautiful, beautiful woman inside and out, and how blessed you are that God dropped her in your unit. And so you can maybe just share how she came into your unit, and then if you want to just do your thing and let her share and just give us the insights, that'd be wonderful.
Yes, thank you so much, Amy. Well, how I met Ana Maria. Actually, Ana Maria was introduced to our unit by a consultant that had a T status. So this is a big thing for all of us directors and also you guys recruiters out there. It doesn't matter in what status your consultants are, there is always hope. You never know. You never know. And I remember her name is Karina. She came to the only meeting, the only in-person meeting we had in 2020 in Omaha, Nebraska. She had been a consultant for a year already or more, like a year and a half. She really never did much with her business. She was in T status, but I remember being really excited to go back to my first meeting after having baby. And we were in Omaha, Nebraska, and she came. And I remember putting like this promotion about sending the catalog to all of their contacts and things like that. And Karina shared it with Ana Maria. She shared the catalog, the virtual one, the online one. And so she sent it to Ana Maria, and Ana Maria was a great customer of Karina. And she was like, I'm just going to save. So Ana Maria, when she came in, she only did it to save the 50%. To just her own products, basically did it for self-conception. And so she signed up. I did her welcome appointment. I didn't know much, about Ana Maria. I didn't know her. I didn't meet her in person. I didn't interview her. Nothing. She just came in because she decided that she wanted to save 50% off. And so I remember, I can recall like almost the whole welcome appointment with Ana Maria. And I remember just seeing the light in her, just seeing her spark, just seeing how hungry she was for more. And as we were doing her welcome appointment, we were talking about everything. She was like, so how do you earn your car? And I was like, well, if you want to earn your car, I'm going to show you how to earn your car. And we talked about it. And then she was just off. She was willing. She was hungry, and she had the belief. She had all of those assets. She was hungry. She believed, and she was willing. And so here in 4.5 months, she became a new director. She earned her card, and now she's done with court of sharing. Can you believe that? And so here's to the amazing Ana Maria. Ana Maria, sabes cuánto te quiero y lo orgullosa que estoy de ti. Y pues estamos emocionadas de escuchar de ti, hermosa, compartir cómo fue que te conocí. Y estamos aquí esperando escuchar de ti, y yo voy a traducirte mientras tú hablas. I'm going to be translating to the best of my ability while Ana speaks. So here we go. Ana Maria.
Ay, hermosa. Hola a todas. Pues ya con esta bonita presentación, pues ya como que ay, se inspira uno a seguir. Y pues no, tú eres una magnífica maestra y pues tenemos que aprender.
Muchas gracias.
Ok. Bueno, pues yo les quería compartir cómo es que uno puede llegar a tener los frutos o el resultado que uno quiere. Si podemos creer.
No, that's okay, Hannah. So I want to share with you guys how we can have the results that we want if we believe.
Ok, porque en este año pasado, pues todo se miraba como no muy bueno.
This last year, everything looked not so good.
Pero algo dentro de mí, como que me decía, este es el año que tú vas a hacer algo, a lo mejor tú y tu esposo van a hacer algo y va a ser bueno.
But something inside of her was telling her that this was the year, that 2020 was the year that she was going to start something new, that her were going to start something new, and that she was starting, so she was starting something new.
Ok. Y yo le comenté eso a mi esposo y yo estaba pensando en cómo poner un negocio, no sé, un restaurante, algo.
Yep. So she told her husband, so she was talking to her husband, and she talked to him about maybe getting a business together, maybe like opening a restaurant or something.
Y él como que no, pues no, como si cuando es tuya la visión o Dios te da a ti el, ¿cómo se llama? El entendimiento para ver más allá de aquí. Y él no, él dijo, no, dice, un restaurante es como estar todo el tiempo ahí. Y dice, no, yo no quiero estar como esclavizado pues a eso.
Mm-hmm. So when she was talking to her husband, her husband was not willing and was not open to, like open a restaurant because it would have taken so much time and so much investment, and he was not open. But she said that when you have a vision and God gives it to you, sometimes other people are not going to see it. When God gives you a vision, your husband might not see it, but you see it.
Ok, y entonces pues tiempo después se me presentó esta maravillosa oportunidad y dije, esto es.
And then time went on, and this beautiful business opportunity came down to me, and I was like, this is it.
Y lo mejor de eso que si me organizo bien, puedo tener el tiempo para todo y no es como que eso va a robar todo mi tiempo.
And having good organization, when you have this business, you're going to have time for everything. And it's not like running your business full. It's going to take away from your family or your other time.
Y así fue como yo entré. Después empecé a estar en las reuniones.
And that's how and then I started to be in the virtual meetings.
Uh-huh. Y es cuando, si tú ya tienes algo que Dios ha sembrado en tu corazón, tú ves cualquier oportunidad para hacerlo.
And when God has put a vision in your heart, you see every opportunity to do it.
Porque cualquier cosita que tú me decías o tú nos decías a todas, entonces yo como que decía, sí lo tengo que hacer y como llamaba a todas mis chicas, hacía las citas para su facial.
Because everything my director said in the meeting, I was just open. I was open to do it. I would call my customers. I will make the appointments. I will make the interview calls. I was just open.
Y pues lo primero que si eso ya está en nuestro corazón, tú ya estás enamorada de los productos, es fácil mostrarlos y que la gente vea esa seguridad en ti para querer también ser como tú.
And so if you are already open, and so if you're open, then you're going to have the willingness to be in front of people. And if you're in love with the products, you're going to share the products. And of course, we know Ana is amazing in sharing the opportunity.
Sí, porque yo he tenido varias experiencias en las cuales tú tienes que saber qué es lo que tú estás ofreciendo y tener la seguridad de que funciona.
She says that she has had many experiences, and you really have to know what it is that you are offering and how it works.
Porque varias chicas me decían, es que tú lo haces, tú lo dices como muy fácil o no sé, dice, pero yo quiero hacerlo.
And so many women out there were telling her, she made it so simple that they just wanted to do it with her because she simplified it. She didn't complicate it.
Sí, y pues yo les digo que no es que yo lo haga ver fácil, sino que si tú los ves con los ojos de la fe, Dios te va a ayudar para que eso sea tan simple y no tiene que ser muy complicado el ofrecer la oportunidad.
And she said, it's not that I make it to seem so easy, but you just have to see it with the eyes of faith and trust and trust. And then I forgot what she said.
Igual me confundo, hermosa, porque te escucho a ti, ya se me olvidó.
Con los ojos de la fe y luego.
Sí, cuando tú lo... ¿Estás segura de que Dios te va a dar como la ayuda para que eso sea muy fácil?
And when you see it through the eyes of faith, you know that God is going to provide for what you need.
Porque la diferencia entre, supongamos que están dos personas y está un río, la diferencia en el que una cruce y la otra no, es la fe.
So she's putting this example. Imagine that there is a river and there is two people beside the river. The difference between those two, if they cross or they don't cross the river, lies on their faith.
Porque si nosotros vemos con los ojos de la fe, nosotros vamos...
Eyes of faith, we will.
Nosotros vamos a encontrar la forma como ver lo bueno para poder hacer eso que está frente de nosotros.
When we see through the eyes of faith, we will find a way to do that very step that is in front of us to do it.
Porque nuestra forma de ver, nuestra forma de emocionarnos y decir, yo lo voy a lograr, yo lo puedo lograr, con la ayuda de Dios todo es posible, tú lo vas a hacer.
Because the way that you see things and the way to get and when you have the excitement and you see through the eyes of faith, you're going to do it.
Sin embargo, la persona que no lo va a cruzar va a mirar todos los obstáculos y va a decir, no, ni para qué lo intento, no se va a poder.
But those who don't see through the eyes of faith and it's in front of the river, that person's just going to be like looking at all the obstacles and she's not going to do it because what she's focused on, she's bringing on.
Y así es, en compartir la oportunidad, muchas veces tenemos que ser como, ¿cómo les digo? Como aprender a ser generosos, o no sé, como si cuando uno da algún regalo.
And when we're sharing the opportunity, we have to learn to be generous, like when you're giving out a present.
Y no tiene que ser algo muy costoso, sino puede ser algo de nuestros mismos productos.
So she's actually talking about giving away something. So I think she puts like maybe a little present to start the business. So maybe something from your inventory, from your store that you can, help to. Amy does the rings, like whatever it takes to spark, to spark the enthusiasm.
Porque eso va a ser como una forma de conectar con la chica que tú quieres ofrecerle la oportunidad.
Because that will be a way to connect with that woman and when sharing the opportunity.
Y a veces es hasta inconsciente porque yo a una chica le llevé un perfume, le regalé un perfume y
it's subconscious because I had this experience with a woman. I gave her a perfume.
Y entonces, pues me dijo, oh, ¿tú vendes Mary Kay? Y yo le dije, sí, y ya me iba a encargar el set de Time Wash Repair. Y pues estuvimos platicando y después ella me dijo, no, mejor yo quiero agarrar mi membresía. Y ahí mismo hizo su orden y todo fue pues como muy fácil, pero uno tiene que disponerse y poner la acción para hacer las cosas. Atreverse a creer que a lo mejor si no hubiera pasado, pues está bien, puedes ir con alguien más, pero gracias a Dios que la chica dijo que sí, y luego ahí ella se metió a su computadora, hicimos su orden.
So she had this experience with a customer. I think she ordered a perfume. So she was actually taking the perfume to her customer, and she wanted to order the Time-Wise repair. But at that moment, she decided she wanted to get her membership, and she, in that very moment, put her qualified order in. And became a new consultant, but you have to do the work behind. You have to be in front of the people. You have to be making the appointments.
Okay, y después pues uno les puede compartir todos los beneficios que podemos tener al ser parte de esta compañía.
And after sharing all the benefits that we can have when we're part of this company with.
Y una vez que las chicas se enamoren de los productos, pues es muy fácil. Es fácil para ellas decidir. Pues yo les digo así como, si a ti te encantan los productos, pues ya al hecho de tú agarrar tu membresía estás ahorrando para ti.
So once they're in love with the products, I tell them, if you're in love with the product, when you get your, when you sign up, then you're going to be saving on the product for yourself.
¿Y por qué no? Pueden tratar a ver si le funciona. ¿Y por qué no hacer la carrera Mary Kay?
And why not? Try to see if you're going to make extra money and do the Mary Kay career.
Como a otra chica, ella todavía no agarraba su membresía, pero ella estaba interesada en hacer el negocio.
And here is another story. So another example with another girl, she was interested in getting her membership.
Y pues yo le dije, ok, le digo, puedo irte a hacer tu facial, pero si quieres invita a tus amigas y de una vez pues te lo hacemos a ti y a ella.
And so she said, okay, well, let's do a facial first. And why don't you bring your friends? And then you can get facial with your friends. So she made it a party.
Y ella aún no estaba inscrita, entonces invitó a 3 amigas y ella hizo su venta.
So was not in yet. She hadn't signed up, but so she did her. She was a hostess. She had 3 guests with her.
Y ella hizo su venta de 1,600 y todavía no estaba inscrita.
That party we sold $1,600 and she hadn't signed up yet.
Entonces cuando tú ves eso o esta chica pues no dudó, entonces al instante acabamos nuestra reunión y ella se inscribió.
Yep. And so when we were done, she was so excited. She hadn't signed up and she had sold all that much product already. And so that very night, she became a new consultant. And I remember that. And she put a star order. I think it was a Ruby star order that very same day.
Sí. Y pues, ¿por qué les cuento yo todo esto? Porque...
And why am I telling you guys all of these stories?
Porque a como tú creas, Dios va a favorecerte o apoyarte.
Because depending on your belief, God is going to favor you and help you.
Porque como dice su palabra, para el que cree todo es posible.
Because like his word says, to those who believe, everything is possible.
También dice que el que le pida o que le busque, crea que le hay. Porque él está ahí.
And he also says that those who are seeking will find.
Porque él es galardonador de los que le buscan. Entonces él nos va a dar esos premios que nosotros estamos creyendo que vamos a recibir.
So he will favor us with that opportunity or those dreams that we believe that we can.
Así que pues tenemos que como arriesgarnos y tomar esa decisión de ir por más.
So we just have to take a risk and make that decision to go for more.
Porque como Dios es tan grande,
because God is so big,
que tiene esas cosas maravillosas y grandes para sus hijos.
That he has that wonderful and big accomplishments for their children.
Entonces, si nosotros somos sus hijos, tenemos que disfrutar de todo lo que Él ha creado para nosotros.
And we are his children, and we just have to enjoy all of the things that he has already disposed for us.
Y abrazar esta oportunidad tan maravillosa que Él ha puesto en nuestras manos.
And hug the opportunity, this amazing opportunity that God has put in our hands.
Y no dejar que se apague como ese fuego, o esa pasión por tu negocio, porque cuando eso sucede, pues todo vas a mirar como negativo.
Yep, and don't let the spark and the shine and the power of your business go down, because when that happens, when you don't have the spark in your business anymore, then you start to see all the obstacles and all the negative things. So you start focusing on all the obstacles.
Y no digo que sea fácil, pero con la ayuda de Dios lo podemos lograr. Entonces tenemos esa esperanza, ese refugio en Él.
And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but with his help, we can accomplish everything that we want. We have the hope in him.
Así que pues Él está más que complacido en ayudarnos. Y si a veces las cosas no pasan, no es porque Dios no quiera, sino que tenemos que revisarnos en qué estamos haciendo.
And he's more than willing to help us. And some things don't happen. It's not because it's not God's will, but it's because we have to look into us and ask, what is it that I'm not doing?
Y pues la cosa es como hacer algo nuevo o buscar la forma de que esos resultados que tú quieras, pues los puedas lograr.
And the thing is to find a new way and find a way to make it happen.
Así que chicas, pues esto es lo que yo les quería compartir. Y pues que le sigamos creyendo a Dios, que cuando uno siembra en las personas a su tiempo, Dios va a hacer crecer, Dios va a hacer florecer a lo mejor la oportunidad, porque podemos compartirle y a lo mejor hace su pedido y es para ella. Pero si en unos meses se decide a seguir su carrera, entonces nosotros ya sembramos tiempo atrás, pero a su tiempo va a dar fruto.
So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Believe in when you plant the seed and you keep watering. Maybe she started her business and she's not doing much, but you never know months later what can happen. So just keep believing and keep believing that what you planted is going to bloom. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys.
Y uno nunca para de cosechar, porque como las flores, no sé cómo se llaman, pero que uno las siembra y están muy bonitas y llega la nieve y se apagan, pero vuelve el verano y vuelven a crecer. Así tenemos que ser nosotros, aunque pasemos como por tiempo que no está muy bien, pero tener la seguridad que va a salir el sol y que vamos a crecer como siempre.
Yep, and just keep believing that even if we go through dark times and that the sun is going to come and we're going to bloom, and we need to continue to have the faith. Ana Maria, muchas gracias. Thank you. Maria, you just simplify things. You just make it so simple and you don't complicate things. And the faith that you have, Ana Maria, and the belief and the woman of faith that you are, like, I am just beyond amazed to have you. So yes. Thank you. Yeah, gracias, Ana Maria.
Gracias, hermosa. Ni pude dormir, chula, no manches.
Oh, wow, 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 wow. That was just phenomenal. Both of you ladies. Oh my goodness. The nuggets of wisdom, the simplicity. That was my word last year in 2020. It was simplify. Wow. And so true. So, so thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing and just all the wisdom that you imparted with us today. So, okay, we're going to keep moving on. Wow, even though our minds are like, was your hair blown back? Like, woo! Wow, like double dose of just incredibleness. So I do want to recognize now the top 10 year-to-date consultants in the Court of Sales. So products sold the first 6 months in the entire Audacious area of thousands of, I think there's thousands of consultants. We'll say that there are. So soon to be over 1,000. So our top 10. So number 10 from the Amy Kittrell unit, Karen Heater. Woo woo! Way to go, Karen, with over 10,000 retail in for the year. Number 9 from the Jordan Litherland unit, Kaylee Salmon. Yeah, wonderful. Congratulations to you. Number 8 from Denise Martinez unit, Gabriela Martinez. Yay, number 8. Number 7 from Denise's unit as well, Maria Rodriguez Barrios is number 7. Number 6 from the Krista Kuning unit, Therese Peregrine, woohoo, over 13,000 retail in for the year. Number 5 from the Denise Martinez unit, Karen Rosas Aguilera. Oh, sorry about that if I didn't say that quite right, but congratulations to you, top 5, so cool. Number 4 from the Amy Kittrell unit, just joined during the pandemic this seminar year, Jennifer Nabalski. Congratulations to you for being number 4. How exciting is that? Number 3, she's always in the top 10 in the Audacious area year after year from the Erica Plucknet unit, Sherry Wilson. Congratulations to Sherry. Wonderful. And then number 2 and number 1 are both on this Zoom today. Number 2 from the Powerhouse Shelby Health unit, Beth Settles. Way to go, Beth. What a rock star. Congratulations to you for being number 2 and on target National Court of Sales for you. Did that last year, so going for the repeat. And then number 1, oh my gosh, she's blowing it out of the water. She is just doing amazing things. She's top in the entire James area. She has over 22,000 retail in for the year from the Melinda Pearson unit. Teresa Schoonover, where are you? Woo! Congratulations to you. Wow, wow, wow. What a year you are having. So that is translating into incredible customer sales, and it's moving on into Court of Sharing to go along with that. Yay. Okay, so we're going to keep moving. And our next trainer, wow, can she sell the product? Does she have ballistic sales and amazing customer service? She's so savvy. She's so giving. I think her love language is gifts, one of them. She gives great gifts. She receives great gifts with graciousness. And she is one of our amazing second line sales director and offspring sales director of her sister, Melinda Pearson. The Shining, let your light shine, let his light shine through you, Krista Kuning. Woo! Congratulations.
Good morning.
At the docket.
All right, I got to do as Melinda did. I want to see your faces. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for being on today. Are your hearts full and your minds just totally expanded? I'm just like, oh my goodness. Anna Maria, it was so great to hear your training this morning, and just the thought to hug this opportunity, to treat it as a gift and to love every bit of it. That just moved me. I got a little choked up when I heard that come through your message. So thank you for that. That was such a great reminder. And I think it's true of our products as well. I love this product. I sell a lot of it because it is the best product on the planet. Do you believe that? We heard Denise say multiple times, your belief factors in, and it's so true all across the board, not just with the opportunity, but you've got to believe in your products too. And we have no reason to not. There are so many different things. We have products for everyone, for any kind of thing that you could possibly need, with all of the additions and things that we have now. When I started my business 25 years ago, and we didn't have what we have today with all of the different skincare lines. And so are we so blessed or what? So when I talk about customer care and being savvy with that business, you've learned to overcome the obstacles. You've learned to plan your day from Melinda and to track things. And I dangerous to go back through and say, because I don't want to leave anybody out. But the thing that I want to tell you the most is to be really great with this product is to know your product, to use your product, to be your own best customer. So if you're not head to toe Mary Kay, your challenge today is to break something out of your inventory that you have never tried and put that on your use somewhere, if it's your body care or if it's skincare or different things, because when you know your product, you have a better confidence in how to share that with others. So that is number one. You know, I am my best customer. I could never go back to being a customer because I use far too much, and I love our discounts. So speaking of discounts, that's another thing with working with your customer base. Cherish those, believe that our product is worthy of full price so that you're offering only a discount if they are choosing to do something for you. If they're listening to the marketing plan, you're sharing the opportunity, you might give them a mascara or a lipstick for doing so. Or they're hostessing, they're having a virtual party for you or an in-person party. That's when they can get the best deal ever, right? Don't be discounting your products all of the time, because then they'll learn to buy it at that from you, and they might withhold because they're waiting for some sale. So I think it's really important. I do have different things for my preferred customers on and off throughout the year, or I'll do a flash sale here and there before Star Consultant is ready to be done, or it's year end, it's June, and we pull out all the stops at the end of our seminar year. But other than that, in order to get a deal, they either have to host a party, or they need to do something for you, or they need to sign up. They can get their half price discount if they join your team. The few times that I reserve for offering a great deal or an opportunity is I have a birthday sale every year. And as some of you know, I just celebrated on Thursday. What day is it today? It's Saturday, right? Amy Kittrell and then I hear Jennifer Nibalski celebrates her birthday on December 31st as well. So every year now, since I'm forever 29, because women in Mary Kay don't share their age, right? Because Mary Kay always taught a woman who tells her age will tell all. So anyway, so on the 29th of December, I've always kind of made it fun. I have 29% off for all of my customers. It's kind of their deal. They can take advantage of that. They get 29% off on the 29th from 9 to 9. You know, keep it all simple and fun, because women want to have fun. Our customers want to have fun. We have, you know, it's just a joy in that. And then I offer my customers their own birthday discount in the month of their birthday. So one of the ways that I find that out, that's just another tip, starting in January this month, might be something that you want to start kicking off as your customers fill out their profile card. And since we're not meeting in person, that might be a little trip up for us right now, because we don't always know when their birthdays are. So a lot of my customers are my friends on Facebook as well, but I really encourage them to fill out the customer profile on my website. So you wanna have your website available for them to go on. And did you know they can fill out a wish list as well, so that when you contact their significant others, you can see right there what they put on their wish list. So don't hesitate to ask them to do that. That's another thing I would throw out in my preferred customer group. Everybody who registers on my website today, if they haven't yet, they're going to be in a drawing for doing so. So then you can give away something for having them register, because then that's going to serve you in the long run to be able to work with them. Don't want to skip too much my birthday. I get excited when I'm training. I would tell you 25 years ago, I would not have pictured myself being a trainer, and I could barely say my name in front of the group when I'd stand up there to introduce who I was when I became a brand new red jacket. That was a big growth thing for me. So with that birthday sale, you know, people are buying right now, and I sold 3 days after Christmas, 4 days after Christmas, over 1,200 in retail product. People are buying their skincare right now, even though times are tough and we're working through shifting and pivoting in challenging times, and they do want to still look good, and their spouses want them to look good. So we got a mission to help them do that, right? So it's just always a pleasure and an honor to work with my customers in that. So going back to, as you're having your virtual parties, as your customers are maybe buying new things from you because you've had a deal or they've won something from you, follow up is key. Okay, you want to make sure you connect with them. Mary Kay taught us 2 + 2 + 2. Has anybody heard that? You can raise your hand if you know what I'm going to tell you. Some of you, this is repeat for 2 days. You call and check on them to make sure the product that they're using is working for them, if they're satisfied, if they're happy. 2 weeks later, you get back together with them. If it's a new product, if it's the first time you've had a facial with them, they got started on a skincare from a virtual appointment. You want to connect with them individually to be able to make sure that product is working for them, because we have lots of different lines. We can mix and match and make sure that it's designed for them. And then 2 months later, you call them back and you ask them if there's anything they're running low on, or if there's anything that they want to try that's new. So 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months is a great, easy plan for checking back in and making sure that they're satisfied and happy, because we have that 100% satisfaction guarantee. I can't say that I would still be here today if we didn't have that, because Mary Kay takes care of us and takes care of our customers. So it's a win-win for all of us. Okay, and you know that we all have that sign that says, make me feel important, right? So when you listen to your customers, hear what they're telling you, take the time to care and to know what they're wanting to fix. If they have a problem with dry skin around their mouth, or if they're breaking out from wearing masks right now, or if they'd like their smile lines to not show so much around their eyes, we have products for all of that. So there's tools on InTouch. If you're brand new and you don't know, I encourage you to do the MK University and do your color certification, because that's when you're going to find out more information about all of our products. And the great thing about that is it's bite-sized pieces. You don't have to do it in a day. Every day you could set out to do one of your training modules and get that done. So Amy, you might have to tell me when I'm getting close to my time, because you always think that 3 minutes, okay. You always think you have all this time, and am I really going to be able to fill it up? And here it is. So the other thing that I'm going to tell you is so much more fun to work from a full store. When you have products available to deliver to your customers, you can provide great customer service by getting that to them within 24 to 48 hours. Or when you have your website and you're an active consultant, you can use the CDS program. The shipping, you can't beat that shipping, so you can send your products to your customers. I believe you have to be active to use that, so it's really important to stay in contact with your customers to do what you need to so that you can run your business smoothly. Think of this business. That's one of the probably the smartest things Melinda told me. I know there's so many. She's so smart. I love my sister very much, but she would always say, treat your business like a business and it will pay you like a business. And then on top of that, she always said, do something Mary Kay every day. I think we heard that in her training this morning as well. I did do that. I was very, very part-time in the beginning, but I did something with my business every day and did it the Mary Kay way. The smile, looking at the positive attitude, finding the good in all, and going from there. So the last thing I'm going to end on is have your hostess program. I know somebody else is going to train on booking in that, but make it be something that you're excited about. If you would book for it, your people will too. And if you need an instant boost in your business, maybe you have snow blindness on your books, you've celebrated a lot, and you know what snow blindness is? It's an empty date book, white pages, and you want to fill those in. One thing I did last year that jump-started my January as I worked to wrap up my first Queen's Court of Sales ring is I did my normal hostess credit for anybody that had a party in January, but then that hostess, I told them I only had 10 women that could take advantage of this, and then they all got 20% off for their entire year of purchases when they had a party by the 15th of January. I paid them well. I was very generous because I wanted to be fast in front of people to get the leads, to get the people to talk to be able to share the opportunity with. So many things I could go on and on, but there you have it. My little nuts and bolts of building a great customer base.
Wow, Krista, awesome. Great, simple ideas that are duplicatable, that are fun. You keep things fun. I love the advice of if you would book for it, then they will too. Are we sold ourselves? If we're sold on it ourselves, we can sell it to other people. So thank you for everything that you shared. It was perfect, spot on.
Great.
Yay.
Thank you.
Woo! So much good stuff. I'm just like, wow. Oh my goodness. So glad. Are you glad we did this on January 2nd? I know some of you are like, what in the world? My husband was even like, what? I mean, today's New Year's Day and we're going to kick it off tomorrow. And those that are ready to go on the 2nd are ready to go. And those that couldn't be on can watch it later, right? Thanks to Suzanne. So I want to give a shout out. She is our next trainer. And when we decided we were going to do this virtually, I'm like, Suzanne, can you help me? I need you. And so she's like, hey, I got it. She's got the technical side. She's very calming. She's recording it. She's live streaming it on YouTube. Oh my goodness. So I said, if I could just show up, it takes enough just to get cute. If I have to worry about all the bells and whistles, then I can't do it. But so thank you, Suzanne, for being behind the scenes today and all the things that you're putting in the chat. One thing I was going to ask you, I was going to text you, but since we're live here, if you, I love the chat, and sometimes, can we go back? Can you copy the chat? Is that you do? Okay, I'd like to be able to see the chat later if I can't get to all of it now, but would love to see that. And again, thank you to everybody that's on. So anyway, Suzanne's another one of those women that I chased till I caught. When you got someone in your spirit that you're like, oh, if she just would see Mary Kay and she knew what it was about, she'd be so great. I would love to have her on my team. So I want to encourage all of you to chase women till you catch them. I chased Shelby till I caught her. I chased Melinda till I caught her. She even brought her starter kit back to my door. So I changed my mind and she put it back on my doorstep. And I was like, darn it. But I re-invited her to a brunch and she came back in. So, don't let, if they're, sometimes we got to let people go, right? I mean, we don't want to just be completely relentless to people that really, sometimes we just know we have to have that discernment to say, okay, we've chased enough. But Suzanne and I are childhood friends. So we knew each other from before. We knew our hearts, our families. And so, I talk about you almost every Facebook Live, Suzanne, when we get the 4s. And I'll say, oh, you're a 4. Great. So was my good friend Suzanne. And now she's earned 11 or 13 cars. I don't know how many. And she was a 4. So never discount the 4s. So you're always in my Facebook Live because she was a 4. And then she moved quickly to a 10 because she's a good friend and she wanted me to earn the top director trip to Scotland. So thank you for, coming in and helping me out. So women are connected to your goal and they'll rally for you. And of course, Suzanne was one of those women that did that for me. And now she's building a dynasty of her own. She's called to great things always, but this year especially. And so she is going to share about 5-minute parties. Oh my gosh. I've been wanting to wrap my brain around this and do this for a while, but she's going to kick it off. And I know some of you have already done this, but Suzanne has. She said, I've been doing them, so I can train on it. So she's going to teach on the 5-minute party. So without further ado, Suzanne, here you go. And I'll give you the 5-minute warning as we go through. Okay?
Great. I'm going to set my timer too, because then I can look at it.
Yeah.
And know where I am. Set my 15-minute timer. But yes, how exciting. Oh my goodness. So everybody just kind of like take a deep breath, wiggle around in your chair a little bit. Wow. Have we had some amazing training? Amazing. I can't wait to go back and listen to this again. I am broadcasting it onto my YouTube channel, so we'll put the link in there so you can go back and listen. If you have a consultant on your team that maybe is not on, have them go back and listen, because this training is so good. I could go on and on. I could do the 15 minutes affirming everybody that was on already. But however, I am going to train on the 5-minute party. And I know my unit members that are on here, I did one of these on one of our unit events. So sorry, you're gonna get it again, but that's okay. Sometimes it's good to hear it again. I know for me, if I hear things over and over, then I'm kind of getting them. And I know that I've done a few of these, and you kind of hone your skills a little bit more, get into your groove. And there's really no right or wrong way to do this. The 5-minute party, we've been trained on it in many different ways. And you can do it in a couple of ways. You can do just a 5-minute, like it's really about 5 of your favorite things in 5 minutes. And for me, who loves to talk about the product, I love the science of the product, I love all the ingredients in the product, I could talk for 5 minutes on one product alone. But most people don't want to hear all that, right? They want to know, is it going to work? How's it make my skin feel? Am I going to love it? Right? That's about it. So this has been such a great tool for me to get in front of more people. So there's a few different ways you could use it. You could do it with one person singly on video, like FaceTime or on Facebook video, however you want to do it, and just run through really quick 5 products. Or what I love to do is get hostesses for 5 faves in 5 minutes, and the hostess gets 50% off. Now, I agree with Krista completely not to give discounts all the time, but I treat my hostesses really well, because here's the thing. Our product has 2 different, our business has 2 different ways we get paid. We get paid in a lot of different ways, but 2 main ways: sale of the product, and then getting team members as well, right? And the only way we're going to get in front of more people for sales and for team building is through referrals. And so I believe Jordan's going to talk a little bit about getting leads and things. Jordan, you can shake your head. Yes, this is a great way to do it as well, because you're in front of people. You're in front of more people. So I'm using this as a way to get referrals. Who here, and I put you all on my gallery view, because I don't like to just look at my big head either on the screen. So who here would love more leads in this pandemic? Like we're not warm chatting really as much, right? And so I kept thinking, what is a great way to get this? And when I heard the 5-minute party, I thought, this is such a great way to get in front of more people really quickly. Now, this will never replace a traditional party, ever. I think it's going to whet people's appetite to get to a bigger party, because they're going to want more pampering and more of you, because it's going to be just fast and furious. So the way I like to do them is on Zoom. I've contacted a few of my customers. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. Said, hey, I'm doing a brand new thing. It's called 5 faves in 5 minutes. Do you have 5 minutes of time? You could get 5 women together and get 50% off. They're like, yes. And I did it through my customers, because I know that they want some things, right? And I know that they want to get 50% off. Now, you don't have to do 50% off, but man, I love treating my hostess as well, because they're introducing me to 5 of their friends. Okay, so that's what I love to do. So you can choose whatever 5 products you want. It doesn't really matter. I've done different ones, but the ones I'm going to show you today really quickly are kind of, they're a good price point. And so I do a kit at the end with all of these 5 products that is discounted a little bit, because I want people to buy the kit. And that's the only other time that I would discount products, is if we put them in a kit, kind of like we do with our closing sheet. It's a one close. And so I wanted to get it close enough to $99 that I could offer a kit for $99. And then people would need to register with me. I'd get their names and numbers, and then I get all the referrals. Okay. So what happens is they all jump on a Zoom. Now you can do these on a Facebook video as well, however you want to do them. I like to do it on Zoom because I can record it. I can save my chat. And so before we get on, I do ask the hostess to tell everybody to get on maybe 1 minute early, so we can start, boom, right at 9. Let's say my appointment's at 9 o'clock. I'd like to get everybody on right at 9, or, right before. Quickly thank the hostess, just like a regular party, and tell them we're going to go through this very, very quickly. You can stay on later for questions, or I'll contact you individually. Then I have everyone go through. I'll say, if sometimes people come on and their full name is not on the Zoom, right? It says iPhone or something. I want to know who those people are. So I'll be writing down their names if I didn't get all the information from the hostess beforehand. Usually it's not like something that you pre-profile, because you're going to do these maybe the same day or something, but I will ask the hostess for a list of everybody that's on. And then I offer either a $5 or a $10 gift certificate for all my guests that are on when they put in the chat their name and phone number. Okay, that's how they get their $10 gift certificate from me. You can do a Google form if you want, but don't worry. You're going to hear that in a lot of people's 5 faves in 5 minutes. Do not worry about being technical. Have them put it in the chat, save the chat or write it down, have everybody leave, write down all their information. And I'll say something like, to activate your $10 gift card, put your name and phone number in the chat. That's it, you know, that's it. So that's the way I'm getting those referrals. Okay, so when I get on a little bit early, I put my name in the chat, my phone number, and my website address in the chat. So they have all that, and I tell them all my information is in the chat. So you can go ahead and look at that. And then quickly introduce myself, thank the hostess, go through, make sure I have everybody's names. Maybe if there's only maybe 3 of them, I'm hoping to get 5 so that the hostess can get 50% off. I might say, well, Amy, how do you know your hostess? You know, and she'll tell me really quick, but you have to be fast because all this is in 5 minutes. I set my timer and I'll say, okay, we're going to get started. Let's go. My first one is oil-free eye makeup remover. I love oil-free eye makeup remover. It's our #1 bestseller in Mary Kay because blah, blah, blah. I'll say it takes off your eye makeup quickly and gently. Next thing is the microdermabrasion. Who doesn't love microdermabrasion? A lot of people do. I'll show it to them, tell them maybe 2 benefits of it. Then we go on. 2. Deep cleansing charcoal mask. Oh my goodness, this is a spa in a bottle. You will absolutely love it. Ask me about the application brush as well so you don't get this charcoal under your fingernails. It's amazing. It's not one of those tear your skin off type. It is actually, you take it off with a warm washcloth. It smells heavenly. It cleans out your pores. Incredible. Love it. Okay, next thing. Our ultimate mascara. You could also do lash lengthening mascara, but this is our #1 seller. It builds your lashes, it lengthens and thickens. It is truly amazing. Ask me about the mascara later. We have all different kinds, but this is the one that's in the kit. And then the last thing is their moisture renewing gel mask. This is Mary Kay's best kept secret. If you want soft, supple skin, especially now in the wintertime, this is an incredible option for you. You can leave it on for 10 minutes and take it off, or you can leave it on all night and have baby skin in the morning. Okay, those are your 5 products. And so that's kind of, I go really quickly with them because I want to make sure that we get through all of them and honor my time. And then I might pop something up, like, let me see if I'm going to try to screen share for you. What I would pop up, it's this one right here. You can probably see my whole screen, but the Fab 5, can you guys all see that and shake your head? Fab 5 products, normally they are $133 value, but today they're only $99. Oh my goodness. And I had other products in there like the eye patches, but it was getting too pricey. I wanted my price point for $99, like $99 today. And you know what? You could activate your $10 gift card off of that as well when you put your name and your phone number in the chat. So isn't that awesome? And so I will leave that up there a little bit, and then I've got them all packaged, ready to go. Ladies, I can pop them in the mail to you, or I can drop them, do a drop and stop by your front door. And so they're all together like that. And then there might be a couple minutes for questions. Anybody have any quick questions? We've got 2 minutes left. They might ask me a couple questions on that. So I'm going to stop my share. Okay. So that is pretty much a 5-minute party. It's very, very quick, super fun. At 5 minutes, I'll say, okay, I want to honor all your time. Anybody that needs to get off, that is completely fine. I will follow up with you. You could go to my website, however you want to do it. And I'll kind of wrap it up there. And then I will tell them, I will stay on for questions if you, if you can go longer than 5 minutes. And then sometimes people do stay on, ask me some questions. So that's really it on the 5-minute party. I'm going to look to see where I am at. Oh, got 4 minutes left in my time. So if anyone has questions in the chat, you can put those questions in the chat right now. I've got 3 little flyers that I made. One of them is a hostess flyer. It kind of shows the benefits of being a hostess. I will screen share that really, really quickly. Hold on. Let me find that one. Here we go. Okay, it's behind all these. Move my stuff around. Okay, here we go. 5 products in 5 minutes, 50% off. If you'd like, I'll share those in the Audacious on the Audacious page. And so what I just say is hop on Zoom or Facebook Messenger video group with 5 friends for 5 minutes. I'll share 5 of my favorite MK products. You'll get 50% off of any products you want that day. And your friends will receive their choice of a Luxe sample pack or a $5 MK gift card. So what I do is I'll ask them, do you want the $5 gift card or do you want the sample pack? And I'll put that in the mail to you. So if I've got their phone number and their name, I can text them, what's your address? I'll pop that in the mail to you. Or they can use the $5 gift card that day. Okay, that is it. That's what I got. My time, I'm under my time. So I'm learning to be quick.
Wow. Whoa, Suzanne, my goodness. Am I on? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're on.
Whoa, that was just like so cool. It was so good. It was so simple. And I love everything about it. I love the simple sheet. And ladies, I want to just say, you want to do this, don't complicate it. Just take what Suzanne just did. The Microderm, the eye makeup remover, the charcoal mask, the mascara, and the gel mask. Oh my goodness. And the price point of $99. That's just so simple. We could do 3 a day. I mean, look at that. You could have 15 new faces in a day.
Yeah.
So,
and people want fast. They really do want fast. And I think it's a great, these are the products I picked were strategic, different areas as well. They're great products that have instant action. And so I think if you're introducing people to Mary Kay, it's kind of like, what do you want them to see with our products? And I think that is those 5 to me are great ones to start with. And then you don't have to worry about colors or formulas with these as well.
yeah, that's so brilliant. Yeah, simple, simple, simple. I love it. We can get ballistic results with that. So thank you for all the little screen shares. I just love that. You're just so amazing. It's like, oh, let me just screen share it. It's so cool. So fun. So we all got to learn how to do that, right? We're #learning new things. And if you haven't figured out how to do that, it's simple. Right, Suzanne?
Absolutely. I didn't know how to do all that before the pandemic, but
right.
We had to get creative, right? And that's one of the great things about this pandemic is it's caused us to think and be creative and learn new things. So,
and I want to just say too, plug into your director. I mean, she's hosting an event for you, most likely once or twice a week, whether it's product or your success meeting or opportunity overview. And, she's getting women on, so she must think it's okay because she's inviting her own guests on, right? So, simplify the process and at least plug into those events. And then, of course, you can do more on your own. But I just want to encourage you to do that because that's what I did. Jeannie Nevercall is my senior sales director, and I plugged into everything she did. I was like, she's the expert. So I just watched her until I figured it out myself, and earn while you learn. So just work your business smart. Okay, so we're going to keep moving. We're right on schedule. We're 2 minutes ahead of schedule. How about that, huh? Woo! So we're doing good. And because I know lunch is going to be coming, and so we're all going to be ready to eat soon. And my son has a birthday today. Our youngest son turned 12 today. So we have a little birthday party and a bunch of little boys coming over soon. So I got to keep rolling. But anyway, so exciting. So we have a fabulous next trainer. Oh my gosh, she's wise beyond her years. She's beautiful in every sense of the word. And she is unshakable. She has incredible faith, incredible grit. She's a workout warrior. Oh my goodness. I got to be with her yesterday. We had a little lunch, a birthday lunch. And so we have our beautiful offspring of Jordan Litherland, our beautiful Erica Plucknett, who is going to be sharing about goals and visualizing. And so I'm going to give it to you, girl. So you've got an extra minute. How about that? Because we know you're going to need it.
Wonderful.
Lots
You can get a lot of work done in 1 minute.
Yeah,
that's so fun. We just learned that. That's 20% of a 5-minute party. That's awesome. So I am so excited to be talking to you guys today. I know a lot of you guys on here. If you don't know me, my name is Erica. I'm a sales director. I live in Louisville, Nebraska, and it's a small town. And the siren's going off right now because it's the first Saturday of the month. So if you hear that in the background, it's just like background music for my talk with you guys, I guess, today. So hey, I'm really excited. it's so loud. It's so funny. I love my life. But I love how Suzanne really touched on that at the end, being creative. Like we have to be able to tap into that and to be problem solvers. And one of the mentors that I have in my life, he's an awesome Christian entrepreneur. And he encourages other Christian entrepreneurs. And he actually says, if you're an entrepreneur or you're a business owner, you have this calling, you have this ministry, like you have this mission that also puts food on your table. Like that's so cool, because not everybody gets to like have a job like that. Not everybody gets to say, oh my gosh, my mission puts food on my table. Like that's so cool. So just in that sense alone, that's a whole different level of gratitude for Mary Kay. But what he says is call yourself creatives. So he will say like, well, you're a creative because you're a business owner and you're not, or you're an entrepreneur. And so I think that a lot of the times this was something for me to grip onto, because the world will tell us what creative looks like, right? And we'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm not creative. Because for me, it's like, I can't paint. I'm not crafty. Like I can't put stuff together like that. Like that is not how creative always looks though. So God has given us this amazing ability. When he says that he created us in his vision, right? Like that's something special. There's a difference between us and everything else he created. And because God is our master creator, the creator of the universe, and he made you in his image, you are creative. It just is different for everybody, right? And it manifests itself differently in every person. And that's a beautiful thing. So call yourself creative. Start believing that I am a creative. I am a creative woman, or I'm a creative man. I'm a creative being, because you absolutely are. And I think that what I want to talk to you guys about today is the power of visualization and how we have that ability and what it does for our bodies. So, and I'm going to talk to you guys about the importance of visualizing your goal that you have for this year, and talking about the importance of visualizing who you want to be. And so the new year, new you, right? So it's like, well, if you want to, and I know that's cheesy. Sometimes people say that like, oh, new year, new me, you know, and it's like so funny because we can be a new creation anytime, any minute. But the new year, there's something exciting about it. Like, right? It's energizing. You're like, oh, I have 365 days to, you know, it's like, it's so cool because we feel like, and I just want to be clear, we feel like time is on our side when we look and say we have 365 days. But I want you guys to know that I think we've heard this very clearly through all of our trainers, like God redeems time. And his time is not the same as our time. And what we think might take 365 days could be expedited so quickly. We heard that, right? We heard from Denise. We heard it from Anna Maria. Like we have heard that over and over, and we know that's the truth. So when I say you can be a new creation at any moment and you can reach where you want to be quicker, like it's a good thing. I want you to feel energized, but I don't want you to completely rely on a timeline for you to become who you are and for you to reach your goals that you want, right? Okay, so what I'm talking to you guys about, visualization. So maybe you have a goal for your business this year, and I really hope you do. I really hope that no matter where you are in your business, that this is the year that you say, you know what, I'm going to try for this. And I think the best thing you can do is set a new goal. Like say, I'm going to do blank with my Mary Kay business. I've never done it before, and I'm just going to see what happens. You know, it's like how Anna Maria was saying, like, it's so simple. Like, okay, cool. You're going to get a 50% off discount, or, you know, and that's good, but you could also make this career. Who knows? Why not try it? Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe you'll learn your car. Maybe you won't. Who knows? You never know until you give it a shot. But one thing that we have to be clear about is that if we set a goal, we have to take the time to get to know that goal. And there's two different ways we do that. We get to know the goal through action, through the time that we put into it, the effort, the discipline, like the continued everyday consistency. But we also get to know that goal when we see it here and we take time to connect with it. So visualizing what it is that you want and who you want to become. I want to give you guys some tips for that. Amy mentioned, like, I love to work out. I do. I've done sports my whole life. And then just in the last couple of years, like reintroducing athletics. I wouldn't say I'm an athlete, but I'd be like, hey, I'm like an adult athlete, right? So it's like, I want to be able to use some of the skills that I've had. So growing up as a gymnast, I had coaches who would tell me, you know, lay on the ground, and we would lay on the ground and do our floor routine without doing our floor routine, or we would do our bar routine without doing it. We would lay there and we would, like, our muscles would move and we would visualize ourselves doing it. He would say, visualize the score you want. Oop, there goes an earring. Visualize the score you want before the competition. What kind of performance are you going to need to give to get that score? See yourself doing it. And it was so crazy as a little girl. I learned that that's how it always worked. Later on, as a runner, I remember running my first half marathon and somebody saying, well, I'm like, whoa, you've ran like 7 half marathons. Give me your best tips, right? Because I wanted strategy. Like, what should I be eating? How much should I be running? What should I be doing on my cross training days? Like, and you know what she said to me? She was like, okay, Erica, if you have to, like, if you believe you can run 13.1 miles without stopping, then you will. And I was in Mary Kay and I was like, no, that's not true, because there's physical aspect. You have to train. You can't just go, oh, wake up one day, I think I can run 13.1 miles and go. And she's like, no, you train, but it doesn't matter. You cannot you can't out train your brain, right? You have to believe that you can do it. So start believing it, start seeing it. What's your goal? I don't want to run the whole thing without walking. Okay, then tell yourself you're going to do that. Start believing it. And after my first race, I was like, that girl makes sense. That's what it all is. And that is what we do in Mary Kay. So the idea is that if our mind can conceive it, then our heart can start believing it. So like our mind and our heart are so connected. So if we can conceive and create here, then our heart will start believing. And if you have these two connected, then you're going to start achieving, right? This and this create what you want on the external. So what I want to give you guys is just something very simple. I think that if you could just do this in so many areas of your life, if you could be consistent with this one thing for yourself this year, it is to take the time to reflect on what it is that you want. Like I was saying last week, to my unit members, I said, you remember when you first started dating somebody? I remember when Justin and I first started dating, and like I would wake up in the morning and we would text each other like, good morning. Oh, good morning, beautiful, or whatever he would say to me. And I'd be like, I know, hi. No. But like you were excited. You would wake up and you'd be like, oh my gosh. Oh. And then in the middle of the day, oh, what are you doing? And my lunch break, check in with you. And then before bed, I'd be like, sweet dreams. I love you. Like all these text messages. But it's like, that's how we should take the time to visualize, right? So what is it here that you need to create so that your heart can believe it, so that you can see it outside, so you can be walking in that, living that, breathing it, right? It's just like the text messages in the morning when your alarm goes off. Now I'm all about jumping out of bed. I'm not a snooze button girl, but I've learned that if I set my snooze for 2 minutes, not 5, not 1, 2 minutes, and I just hit the snooze button, my brain now knows, go to your visualization, right? So go to it, 2 minutes, alarm goes off, get out of bed. Set your alarm for noon. Snooze it for 2 minutes. Stop, visualize, take the time, alarm goes off, you're done. At bedtime, I just set my timer, set my alarm, tell my Alexa, okay, Google, set my alarm for 2 minutes. Got it. Set your alarm for 2 minutes. Close your eyes. Take the time to date it, connect with it, get to know it. Like, it sounds really silly and it sounds really simple. And the first couple of times you do it, you're going to be like, what am I doing? But if you use all 5 of your senses and you're really connecting in there and just taking that time to do it, it's awesome. Some people, though, I do want to let you guys know this, because it took me a long time to understand how the best way was for me to visualize. So maybe if that's hard for you to like see it in your mind, maybe it's easier for you to write it out. Like, write out your vision, write out what it is. Some people need to physically write it out and see it and read it. And if that's the case, well, then take those couple minutes to take it and read it out loud to yourself. If you're an audio person, if you're a visual learner, oh man, just closing your eyes and like visualizing that. If you're audio, you might need to read it out loud to yourself, right? If you are a kinesthetic learner, somebody who learns through movement, maybe you need to record yourself saying it and take those 2 minutes, pop in your earbuds and walk, or do squats or whatever it is that you need to move. Go up and down the steps, walk around your house a couple times, walk around the block, and listen to yourself telling your vision back to you. So there's lots of different ways, and experiment with it, because you know what? Just because one person says this is how it has to be done, that's not true. You're a creative. You weren't made all the same. So maybe your visualization skills are different as well. And then the last thing I want to tell you guys, because I really just believe in setting people free, is that maybe you have a hard time figuring out what you're supposed to visualize, because some people are like, okay, well, I have this goal, but how do I manifest that as a vision, right? And so I just want to give you guys 2 tips, and this was really helpful for me. Sometimes the goal that you have, that you set, it has like an end to the means. Meaning, when I first came into Mary Kay, my goal was to sell enough product to buy birthday and Christmas presents for my daughter, right? So that was a goal that had a means to an end. It was like, I want to do this. So then I would sit and think like how fun it was going to be to go to the store and buy whatever I wanted for her. And like, how cool was that? And then I would think about Christmas morning, and I would think about her birthday. I would think about how she was going to react and how exciting that was going to be, right? And so that's what fueled me. But sometimes your goal is actually a building block to something bigger. So it doesn't matter what it is for you. So for me, that was like exciting for me, but I didn't realize that I was going to be developing this confidence I had, that all of a sudden, like, I have what it takes to provide for my family, whatever it is that they need. No limits, you know? So sometimes it's something very tangible right then and there. And sometimes it is a building block to becoming the woman that you want to be. And so I want you to have freedom in what you visualize. Some of you are going to need to visualize the tangible item. They're going to say, I can see myself in my red jacket. I see the bonus checks that are coming in. I see other red jackets on my team. I see those bonus checks coming in. I see the car. I feel the steering wheel. Like, oh, like I am practicing signing my name, because when I write it on the dealership, I have to, you know, give me my keys. Like that, you might have to physically like visualize the tangible item. Or for me personally, what's most powerful for me, I have to visualize the lifestyle that I'm creating. So for me, it is, this is why. This is what my life looks like. These are the options I have. These are the choices I have. This is how I feel. This is how people around me feel. This is the lifestyle that I'm creating. And just like I said, everyone's different. So if you're somebody who struggles with seeing the thing, maybe you need to create the lifestyle. And if you're somebody who struggles with that lifestyle, maybe you need to create the thing. But either way, there's no rules. Take the time to do it. Figure it out. Share it with your director, because she wants to know. Sometimes when we're having a vision and a goal, it can be really strong. And sometimes it starts to disintegrate. And so when you share that with your sales director, she can sing it back to you, we say. She can help like it's almost like it's starting to disintegrate into little pieces. And she's like, she like blows it back at you. And you're like, oh yeah. No, you're right. We need accountability. We need people. We need to be able to share that. And then have a community of people to walk beside us and help us see it through. So that would be my best tips for you guys. The power of visualizing, but going back to it, taking the time for it, and really experimenting with what's most powerful for you, and holding on to that and claiming that you are creative and you have what it takes, and letting that mind and that heart connect so we can see big things happen for you in 2021.
Wow, Erica. Woo! That was so good. So good. I love connecting the heart to the mind, the mind to the heart to the mind. And of course, I love the, let's all do that, shall we? So who are we going to breathe belief into and bring their goals and their dreams, sing their song back? Let's all do it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm watching. Okay, there you go. Good. That's so good. So good. And I just loved so much of that. Oh my gosh, it's so hard not to affirm and go on and on, but we're staying on task. And we've got one more trainer that's going to close us up today with her training. And then, so she's going to go till about 11:40. And then I'm just going to take 5 minutes just to kind of wrap it with just a few thoughts. So we'll be done by 11:45. So those of you, if your stomachs are growling and you're thinking, I can't, my brain is exploding, my heart is full, you know, we've got 20 more minutes to go. So I'm going to introduce Erica Senior and Denise is Senior, Jordan. So she's like double whammy mama here. And then of course, Anna Maria. And so we love that in Mary Kay. It's like, yeah, she's mine. She's my director. She's on my team. And so we take, because we are family, we do take that ownership. So anyway, so I didn't chase Jordan till I caught her because someone else chased her and caught her. And then she became a first line sales director through a series of fortunate events.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just that's how it works. You know, God uses all things for good, right? Not unfortunate events, but fortunate events. So Jordan, we'd love for you to share. I was just loving watching your unit Facebook page the other day as you were, you know, doing outreaches and being disciplined and having great results. So you got the floor.
Yay! Hey, who changed my name? Did you do that, Susie? I told her I don't know how to change, just said Jordan. Now it has my whole name, Jordan Litherland. Okay, so hello, I'm so happy to come to you. I'm going to change this too. It's so silly to see yourself like right in your face. So coming to you from Omaha, Nebraska, and so blessed to be a part of this national area in the making. 15 years in this national area in the making, and so grateful for your leadership and your mentorship, Amy. Truly, to my core, I wouldn't be the woman I am today without you. So thank you for who you are and pouring so much of yourself into all of us. We're so grateful for you. I do get to share about my simple system. So I love how Amy was like, where are my I personalities at the beginning? Because that's me. I'm an I personality. I do get a little overwhelmed with too much detail. So it's so good that we have all these different personality types, right? Because maybe if any of you are like me, I might give you some hope. Because a lot of details, lots of tracking, all that stuff just overwhelms me. My brain tends to shut down. So I have learned to work with my strengths instead of trying to force myself into that mold. I've learned to work with my strengths of needing systems to be simple. You still need systems. I have tried to work this business without them, and that doesn't go so well. So I'm here to give you hope that there are simple enough systems for even us high I personalities. So there are 4 pillars of our business. This is not, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We've had to adjust it a little bit with this pandemic, do things virtually, but it's still the same. We book, we coach, we sell this product, and we share this opportunity. That's it. If you do that, you will be successful. So it's about figuring out how to make those the most important things when you're working your business. So there are those 4 pillars, but I'm telling you, one of them is more important than all of the other ones, because without it, you can't have any of the other things. And that is booking. You cannot sell this product if you do not have bookings. You can, I suppose, but not very much and not for very long. And you can't coach anything if you've got nothing on your books to coach. And you certainly can't build your team and share this opportunity without bookings on your books to do that. So you need to book for your business. And because I need simplicity, I like that I can narrow it down to just the one that I can make sure is a primary focus for me. So when it comes to my simple system, I focused on that, booking, because it's that important. So my simple system is this. I do 10 outreaches a day, 5 out of the 7 days of the week. And I love that it's just 5. If it were all 7, I would have 1 week where I got sick or a kid got sick or life got crazy or I needed a day off. And then I'm kind of that person that if I let myself have one cheat, then I spiral. All of a sudden, I'm not doing any bookings or any outreaches. So something simple that I can continue to do over and over and over again. So 10 outreaches, 5 out of the 7 days of the week. And for me, I like to start my week on Mondays. So I start on Mondays. I have 5 out of the 7 days. So I do look ahead. If I've got a crazy busy day in the middle of the week coming up, I will purposely schedule that as a day off. And then I call them my flex days. Saturday and Sunday are my flex days of if I need a day off in the middle of the week or some kid gets sick and I need to snuggle with them or they're, bent over the toilet for a day. And life happens, right? I'm a mom, I'm a person, I get sick, right? So when life happens, you have that flexibility and that grace built into the system, which is necessary for me to stick with it for a long time. So 5 out of the 7 days. Now, that does mean if I do 15, because I'm on a roll one day, I don't get to do just 5 the next day. It's 10 every day. You can do more, but you cannot do less. And so what that did for me when I first started this, if I'm being really honest, I've been a sales director for 13 years. I'm a senior sales director for 9 free cars. And when I started this system, I thought to myself, whoa, 10 is a lot. That sounds like a lot every single day. That's 50 in a week. Like, how can I do that? But what it did for me is it forced me to get kind of creative. Like, okay, I've done 5. Those were easy. Now I've got to think about who are the next 5 I don't know who I'm going to go find them, or I'm going to go to the grocery store today. So maybe the cashier that I see all the time that's super cute that I never actually have talked to. Or, you start to get creative. You force yourself to see opportunities where you wouldn't have seen them before if you didn't have a goal of getting 10, right? If your goal was just to text as many as you could think of, then you're going to stop at 5, right? So it forces your brain to get creative. I love that you said that, Erica. So for me, what an outreach is, it's any communication that you are doing with a customer or a potential customer that you're trying to book. And I have my outreaches and priorities. Number 1 priority is a booking attempt. Okay, obviously, that's what I'm training on. It's important that you get bookings. Your business will be dead in the water if you have like Chris has said, Snow White date book with nothing on your books. You will not have a business. So you need to get those bookings all the time. So at least some of my outreaches every day are a booking attempt, trying to get new bookings on my books. Also sales attempts. Maybe you had a booking, maybe you did a face a few days ago and she's thinking about what she wants. She didn't, purchase on the spot and you need to follow up. That would be a sales attempt. Or maybe you knew somebody was thinking about buying product before Christmas and then she kind of dropped the ball because she was spending on other people and you want to follow up with her, right? That's a sales attempt. Coaching future appointments, that is important. Booking on your books is super important, but you got to make sure you stay what I call pleasantly persistent in her mind so she doesn't forget about you because she's got a lot going on, right? And your business is not a priority to her. It's a priority to you. So you need to make sure that you are staying pleasantly persistent. I don't know if I'm the last trainer, so I can go into tips about coaching another time, but I always just try and think of things to ask her. don't ask them all at once. That's what I say. If you have a few questions that you know you're going to want to ask her before your appointment, like what's your skin type? And, you know, what's your favorite colors to wear? Are you a neutrals girl or do you like fun? You know, you can ask those as it gets close so that you continue to continue to remember, oh yeah, I have that coming up. I'm not forgetting about that. So that's coaching. You know, getting the names and numbers, like, you know, Suzanne said before, those parties, so that you've got those people to, you know, pre-profile. And then follow up or customer product check-in, that counts as an outreach as well. So if you do have someone who's just had product and you're doing your 2-2-2 thing that Krista talked about, where you're, you know, following up with her 2 days and then in 2 weeks and then again in 2 months, you know, those count as an outreach. Okay. So you want to do 10 of those, 5 out of the 7 days of the week. And then guess what, you guys, you will have had 50 communications during the week. Does that excite anybody else? Like, that's powerful. And for me, that's like my, okay, if life gets crazy and I've got lots on my books, or, you know, as a mom, as a wife, or whatever, I've got a lot going on in a day. And my business, honestly, if it weren't for this system, I probably maybe wouldn't do something. I would take the whole day off. But I have my system in place. So at least I do my 10 outreaches. So at least I've done something for my business. So when I lay my head on the pillow at night, I feel like, okay, like today was crazy and I did a lot of other stuff, but I did do my 10. I did do something for my business. And it makes it's like keeping the gas pedal on your business. You've got something there all of the time. You're not doing a ton. How many of you have done that? I used to be guilty of that, where I would do like 20. I'd be like, okay, I'm on a booking spree, right? I'm gonna contact everybody I can think of, tons. And you like slam your foot on the gas pedal, you roar forward, and then nothing for like 3 days. You take your foot off the gas pedal, and then you're like, oh shoot, I don't have anything on my books. I've got to do something. And then you slam your foot against it. It's just like this start, stop, start. Has anybody been in a car like that? That's exhausting and not fun. So keeping that consistent, steady foot on the gas pedal, so you're constantly going at the pace that you want to go, right? That's so important. And it's so simple. You guys, you can sit down and send 10 texts to 10 people in like 10 minutes tops. Okay? You do not need to carve out hours worth of your time to do 10 outreaches. It is not as big as it sounds in your brain. Okay? So let's actually talk bookings, because I have a couple more minutes, right? What do I have? Like 2 minutes? Okay, quick tips on bookings, because you want to get them, right? I'm an avid fan, and this is just me, so I'm just going to share what I do. I'm an avid fan of a text, because honestly, how many of you actually answer the phone when someone calls and you don't know that phone number? No one's raising their hand. Oh, one person does. Did you know that 100% of text messages are read? Did you know that? True. So I send a text first, but I'm also a huge, huge advocate of people hearing my voice. I want them to know I'm not a robot. I'm not a crazy person trying to take advantage of them or scam them, right? I'm a real person and I have a real business, and this really is a very fun thing for you to do with me. So my new favorite thing to do is Facebook Messenger. That's my latest, greatest for booking, because I can send them a text, initial text, they can read it, and then they'll respond, right, with a, really, oh, I'm thinking of referrals right now, because that's what I've done recently. So I'll send that referral text, let them know their friend has given them a home makeover or pampering session, plus a gift certificate, and then they'll respond. And then when they respond, did you know you can use Facebook Messenger like Voxer for 1 minute? That's actually a good challenge for me, because I can talk. So 1 minute you can hold and be like, yay, I'm so excited to meet you. I heard all about you from Jennifer. She says you're the best, and I just adore her, so I know I'll love you, right? She gets to hear my voice, know that I'm a real person. I actually had a very skeptical person recently that I booked, because she was like, how do you know my friend? You know, is this, you know, Did she get anything for giving you my name and all this stuff? So I just got on there with my voice and I said, you know what? I can tell that you're a savvy woman and you don't want to be taken advantage of. I totally get that. I am real. I have kids. This is my business for the last 15 years. I just would love to pamper you and get to know you more. And she got to hear me. And all of a sudden she was like, absolutely, can't wait to meet with you. It just eased it. So use your voice and texting. You can be savvy with both of those. And then I am a fan of giving a little bit in order to book her, because I don't like to give away the store. I don't run a huge promotions all year long like Krista, and you guys were so great about that. I'm right there with you, but I will give her $10 if she'll book with me, because I want to meet her and I want to meet her friends, right? So, and then for booking, you want to give people 2 options and then narrow it down. I give them 2 options for sample packs, whether it's all skincare or a little skincare and a color look to try. I've let them pick. Then all of a sudden they're like, ooh, I get what? I'm excited, right? And then I start big. Okay, what works best for you? Sometime during the week or sometime on a weekend? 2 choices. And then I narrow it down. They say weekend, awesome. Which is better? Probably Saturday or Sunday. Okay, they say Sunday, great. I have availability in early afternoon or early evening, which would be better for you. Okay, so you start broad, help them narrow it down, and then you become their friend ASAP. That's what I say. Become their friend instantly. Make it so that once you finally get like on Zoom with her or virtually with her, you're talking to her like she's an old friend, because you've had that chance to build a little bit of a mini relationship with her during that booking process. She's 10 times more likely to book with you if she likes you and feels like she knows you. And then she'll hold it. She'll want to see you and meet you. So those are my tips. Am I going into the challenge? You want me to launch that challenge? Or is that something you're going to talk about, Amy?
I'll go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you. That was fabulous, Jordan. Very simple. I love the messenger. I love the power of the voice, pushing the little button there, learning all kinds of new things. So cool. I love it. And I love that, so many of you are still on here. Like pretty much everybody that got on is still here. I mean, woo, that makes us all be like, woo, they're still here. So way to go. And way to go, Jordan. That was very, very powerful. And when we had our little lunch yesterday, we talked about, a challenge. I said, well, then we got to do something with all this. So, so we've got booking, we've got discipline, we've got 5-minute parties we can book for. There's so much. We're visualizing. I mean, oh my gosh. And so we have a challenge. It's called Book 10 by the 5th. So booking 10 appointments by the 5th of January. And they have to be for January. Suzanne said that yesterday at the table. She's like, for January, not March. So, so 10 appointments in January. You gotta book them by the 5th at midnight. So the 5th is Tuesday. Okay. So January 5th. And then you've got to let your director know. She needs to know. Say, I got my 10. I booked my 10. And maybe just write them down and screenshot it and text her or however she wants you to communicate, but just some accountability, like who are your 10 appointments? Okay. So when you do that, guess what? You get one of us for a coaching call. Coaching session, whether it's a call or a Zoom or whatever. And so once you do that, then your director will pair you with someone, one of us 9. Okay, there's 9 of us sales directors. And so you'll be able to have a little power session. Okay. So yeah, are you excited? Who's excited? Okay, JoJo's waving. She's going like that. All right, so good. I love it. Okay, yeah, you want to meet all of us. I know you're in Alaska, so you want to meet some of us, the rest of us. So, okay, so book 10 by the 5th. So when we get off this Zoom here soon, that's your assignment. Okay, I know you got lots going through your brain, and I don't want you to be overwhelmed. You don't have to take every tip that you learned and put it into practice today or tomorrow. Just take the little nuggets. And then know that the non-negotiable is book 10 by the 5th. Because like Jordan said, I love it. Book, coach, sell, share. But if you don't book, it's hard to coach, sell, and share. That was so good. So booking is the lifeline of your business. So we're going to kind of go back to the basics and get the bookings. And then you're like, okay, now how do I do the 5-minute party? Or how do I do whatever, put a sample pack? We'll figure that out. Just get the bookings, right? And so that's the key. So that's your challenge. That's your assignment. It's not a challenge. I don't like the word challenge because it sounds challenging. So I don't want to be challenged. Well, I kind of do, but not really. So we're going to call it your assignment. Okay. Your 2021 Get It Done assignment right there. And then just a couple things to wrap. I want to remind you The directors all have their faith red Breakfast Club coffee mugs. They may not have them right by their side, but we all have these. See? Woo, yay! And so that's our breakfast club. I love it. So as soon as Stacey kicked that off, Stacey James, our national, I was like, I love that. And so I went ballistic and I ordered a bunch of cups, like a whole bunch. And then I gifted them to my directors, because sometimes as directors, we get our prizes for everybody, but we don't get one for ourselves. So I wanted my directors to have them. So they all got one from me for Christmas. And so our next one, so drum roll, right, Crystal, write this down. Saturday, January 16th. Okay, so every Saturday, Stacey's doing a surge for us. I mean, my gosh, she's in the mix. She's a thriving and working national sales director who's working to develop more national sales directors the next 3 years. She said yesterday to us that yesterday was the first day of her final 3 years as a national sales director. And so I told her that we would be a national area. I said, I want to be your national. She wants national. That's her legacy. That's when she leaves, you know, as an emeriti, then here we go. So let's go. And I want to be a national with Stacey. And I know many of the women on here do as well before she relaunches and goes into emeritus status. So I can see all the hands there. So anyway, so I have an area goal, audacious area goal of 20. I want to see 20 red jackets from our area on the Zoom, not just achieving it, but like in the Zoom, like holding up their cups. And they're like, wow, they must have had quite the January jumpstart, because the audacious area has taken over the Zoom. I want a whole page of us. And so, yeah, so maybe we'll have something that signifies we're from the audacious area besides, you know, because everyone's going to have the cup. We'll figure that out. But anyway, that's a couple weeks, 2 weeks from today. Next week is going to be the directors on, some recognition, and you all can watch it Facebook Live. But on the 16th, all the reds are on the Zoom. And I love that. I get on, I'm screenshotting, and I'm like, oh, there she is. Look at. So we pay attention. We're watching you. People are watching you, and your team is watching you. They want you there. So I want to remind you about that. And then I loved when the year launched, this year, seminar year. Of course, we were already in the midst of the pandemic. You know, we'd already started to pivot, but I have 2 Amyisms. One is it only takes a spark to get the fire going. And when Melinda said it only takes a little extra, of course, my mind went to spark. And so you know that we can earn spark jewelry every month, spark a chain reaction. So when that came out, I was like, oh my gosh, it's our year. It's spark. We all got our bags. Look at Suzanne. She's got her little spark every month. So one of the greatest things you can do to contribute to your unit, to your life, first of all, you, then your unit, then our area, is earning your jewelry every month. Every month you get a beautiful, and I've been looking through the Zooms. I've seen earrings and necklaces and all kinds of jewelry that you have on. So spark to bloom. So it only takes a spark to get the fire going. So that's our first sign that this is our year. And then our second one, so I was like, oh, that's so cool. Now I just wish there was something about blooming, because my other Amyism is bloom where you're planted. And I did get a cute little shirt from our DIQ Amelia Rutt on my birthday, and I wore it yesterday. And so didn't I, girls, to lunch? And I had a poncho on, and I lifted up my shirt and said, look at, they're like, oh my gosh. I lifted up the poncho and said, look at my bloom where you planted shirt. So bloom where you planted. So I thought, gosh, it'd be so cool if, you know, we had that too. That would be like if we just had something with bloom. And then as I was ordering my director suit, because I was a little tardy on that, I went in to do it, and it said blooming into blue. I was like, I mean, I literally had just like the hair raised on my arms and like, bloom. Oh my gosh, there it is. And everyone, all my directors and people that know me well know I love blue. Well, for one, I have 5 sons. So, you know, we have a lot of blue in our house versus pink, except for my office. And the new director's suit is blue. So it's blooming into blue. And what do we need to become a national area? Blue. Blue suits. Yes. So I was like blown away by the spark and the bloom. So I believe our hashtag for our area finishing is hashtag spark to bloom, because you got to get the spark going to get the fire going to bloom, right? And so anyway, that's our, we have 2 hashtags. We're going to spark to bloom and getting it done in 2021, right? So anyway, so I believe, I think that was one of the biggest themes that came through here was the belief. You know, we heard it from all of you ladies that we believe. If we believe, we share. If we believe in the product, we share it. We believe in the opportunity, we share it. So to continue to keep our belief high. So I want to go ahead and close. And so I'm just going to finish in prayer and pray over our area, and then you're free to go. And we'll be rocking and rolling in 2021. And thank you all for being on. So thank you, Lord, for this beautiful day that you have made. We are rejoicing. We're glad in it. Thank you for all the aha moments you've given us, and just all the revelations, all the new thoughts, because you're doing a new thing this year. We know that it says in your word that you do new things. And so thank you for the power of a goal that moves us forward, because women are connected to our goals. So thank you for these women. They're precious in your sight. They're precious in my sight. And I pray for our entire area, even those, of course, that couldn't be on today, that they would watch it later, that they would feel compelled to learn and to grow and to believe more this year in 2021. In your name. Amen. Okay, you can all come off mute and go just cheer as you go. Woo! I want to hear your
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
It was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Hi, Amy.